Okay, so after the end of session 2, there's a new kid in town. Showed up a month ago. His old man is a military radio engineer.
Oh man.
We're not sure why they sent him here. Anyway, the kids all got to hang out in the park and decided to go to the woods to see what was better, a compound bow or a slingshot. Zeke got beamed in the head.
Accidentally on purpose.
I was shooting beside him.
Uh,
Okay. Trying to startle him.
He absolutely wanted me to do that, and I'm like, what? Why? I was baffled as a player and as a character.
and he started acting weird.
Yep.
Or rather, it looked like he was having a seizure and then started saying strange things.
He was acting weirder. He was weird in a different way than he normally acts weird.
The new kid who's oddly obsessed with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Not oddly.
Exactly
right.
Biked to the hospital, even though the only kid in the group who skips leg day.
Squeaky, squeaky.
He went to the hospital to get an ambulance because the hospital was closer than a payphone.
And then he
And-
made himself attractive.
and
by
the
inviting
security
them for a
guard-
ride back.
Or the hospital staff thought he was maybe a little bit high. Because he was acting. Because he was conveying a weird story about
I know
a
what
kid.
high means.
That's fine.
It means greater in elevation.
When the paramedics showed up
It means
to
high
take
on something.
Zeke, Zach,
Yeah,
Zeke, Zeke away.
You're talking to Zach
yeah.
about Zeke.
Is it too late to change one of their names?
I'm not
Yes,
changing
yes.
mine.
I'm just gonna get hello, my name is tags for everyone.
I'm gonna put Slim Shady on mine.
Eventually,
Jim said it was important that everyone goes to the hospital.
So he punched everyone out.
Jim? Who is Jim?
Jimbo.
I'm sorry, Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Right. Sorry.
Jimmy James.
Jimmy Jam.
Jimbo said it was important that everyone go to the hospital.
Who's Jimbo? This is the
It's James.
Oh,
We had there burying names.
okay. I was like, what? What the?
He has a series of
Did I miss a
nicknames.
couple episodes? They sound familiar, but I don't know this character.
The group decided to split up. A bunch of people went to get Zeke's parents. Jim went to the hospital. Once y'all were at the hospital, Zach tried making a break for the security doors. And
Epic
Colossally failed.
and ran through the doors while a security guard was coming out the other way.
It's like trying to run through 3 doors.
Except one was rather solid.
And then he ended up in the little security office and was talked to by a spook.
Yeah.
Spook
MIB.
number 1. we'll
MIB
say.
number 1. Men in Black. Now, she took advantage of him getting nabbed to
Yep.
slip through.
Millie managed to sneak through the doors while Zach was causing a ruckus.
Distraction.
I sacrificed myself.
If I had been successful, it would not have been a distraction. It would just have been me being successful.
She found Zeke's belongings, but no Zeke. Lucas claimed to be Zeke's brother. And dealt with spook number 2, the doctor spook.
You're a psychologist. You're not a real doctor.
Yeah. We spent a good amount of time making fun of Alberta. That's the most important part of session 2.
And I just returned from Alberta. It's entirely fair territory.
That should be easy, everyone.
I was in
Sweet,
Edmonton.
sweet Edmonton, my hometown.
Yeah. 107 and 100th Northwest.
Zeke's parents
Just below Jasper.
signed a few NDAs, non-disclosures and non-disparagements, and some other documents about keeping the spook not a doctor, the psychologist, up to date on his
Mystic utterances.
yeah. Jimbo and Dave were mostly waiting in.
Dave.
That's you.
Oh,
Dave.
Dave.
Dave's not here.
Were mostly hanging out in the waiting room, being suspicious and also patient.
Oh yeah, in the early '80s, you're gonna get Dave's Not Here Man about as often as I get Daryl and his other brother Daryl in real life.
Yeah.
So.
Only from the older teens.
Dave's not here, man.
As part of game meta, this is information that you do not know. Elsewhere, Zeke woke up in her room.
Millie found him there, yeah?
Millie did not find him.
Oh, this was somewhere else.
This
was one eternity later. Zeke woke up in a room. It was pitch black. You could
There
not,
may be a crew.
it was mostly like being inside a sensory deprivation tank, except Zeke could tell that he was laying on a cold table of some sort.
Am I safe?
Yeah,
Or
you were
is it
safe
still
the whole
now?
time.
I don't want to know. I find it hard.
It
It's
happened.
part of the story.
It happened at the last session.
Yeah.
And that's how we left off. Was Zeke woke up on a
Yeah, we all know. It's just
some
our,
sort of table
our
that.
characters didn't witness it.
So what exactly did Millie see? Millie went into the room.
Millie picked up his belongings.
Yeah, and then
His the gurney. Is that what those are called? Or is that what gurneys are what dead people go on, right?
No,
gurneys
gurneys
are the ones on
are
wheels.
transporting
Right.
everybody.
So the thing that the gurney that they took him in from the ambulance was soaked through and through. You found his bag and grabbed it. And then as you were trying to navigate further around,
the MIB.
You had to navigate around like the security.
And then
people.
I ended up in a room, and I thought I saw Zeke, and then he
Yes.
was like, so he
Yes.
like flashed.
You had a weird vision,
Interesting.
but not a future vision. You just
Vision.
Where was the part where Zeke showed up and started telling everyone's fortunes? That was in the
when
woods.
That was when
That
he
was
woke
in-
up
that
from
was when-
getting slingshotted.
that was
Okay,
right
yeah.
after she beamed him with a slingshot.
Alright. I remember now.
Yeah, and he
Intentionally,
told me that he
non-intentionally.
didn't trust
Now let's
the
not
ambulance
talk
guy.
about that. Because I was the only one who actually died
You didn't actually die.
Oh, in the.
in the vision.
Listen, we don't know how far in the future his visions go, and everyone
No, he
eventually.
I think he said
3 days.
So then we're picking this up 4 days later. We're at David's funeral.
Did he actually say it in 3 days?
That's what I recall. Is it was
Zach
days.
asked him, when were we at the
Yeah, I said,
woods,
how
and
long
then
ago
he
were
was
we at
like,
the woods? And he's like, 3 days
3 days
ago.
ago, yeah. So it was 3 days.
God damn it!
It ruins everything.
No, let's just
Uh,
say that was a different number.
4 days later.
Now the thing is, though, is that he's gone unconscious and he's probably in a coma. So it may be 3 days after he wakes up after the coma.
maybe that
If you want
vision
to play
wasn't
with
true.
time, and since he's not here
Or
today,
maybe we've already changed the outcome by.
Or maybe,
I don't know.
maybe
Something-
Liam gets
Taking
to
his
play a
mind.
second character.
Yeah. Stepped on a butterfly.
yeah, we should get on the messenger after the session and say, "Well, time to roll a character."
Sorry, Keith.
Or was it I'm the one dying?
Because he had the premonition.
Yeah. So last time I gave.
He was doing a prophet Isaiah.
Not a prophet Ezekiel.
No, Isaiah was more depressing than
What
Ezekiel.
are those?
Oh,
These are
Deck of many things.
Bible
props.
props. Come on.
The DM has just brought out some cards.
Emblazoned with the brand.
The cards all say,
That's Keith.
"You die."
No, it's not Kingdom Death.
Yeah, okay, I think that's the one I was. Hang on.
With an inch of my life.
So, we're gonna do a little bit of retconning on Keith's specific how far into the future he thinks he's gone.
So he thinks it's been 3 days.
Yeah.
But he experiences time differently than the rest of us now.
But
Yeah,
it's
it
like
depends how much
3
time can cost.
100 years
Uh,
on Memorials.
yes. So his vision was not 3 days in the future.
It was 30 years.
Maybe it was just a dream.
Maybe. But also so what he has now as an ability is called precognition, and it's the ability to see brief, confusing glimpses of the future, either what will be or what might be if not prevented.
Oh, if they're confusing, maybe he thought David was dead and David was like sleeping. He had a vision of David asleep in his bed that night.
Well, yeah, because he didn't describe it. It wasn't like, oh, you're lying in a pool of blood.
Well, it could, if it was pool of blood, it could have been cranberry juice.
Ketchup.
Raspberry. Cran raspberry, I blame.
Or maybe I was trying to paint my bike and it got all over me.
Yeah,
And then
He wants to paint his bike blood red.
that follows.
And he just passes out in the
I'm
garage from the paint
actually kind of
fumes.
impressed that he wants to do that.
He's not letting go of his bike.
That's going to be a... I'm
It's
going to
not
make you
black,
start
but it's
rolling
it's
higher
good.
and higher stats if you want to keep fixing your bike,
That's barely working.
and the consequences of failure will be graver and graver.
Yeah, I think David's bike is our powered character.
Frankenbike.
David's bike is accidentally turns into an atomic bomb.
Yeah.
like David's obsessed
actually-
with Transformers, so secretly it's a Transformer.
Actually, I'm thinking his bike becomes Danny.
I think I have bad news for you. I don't think there were Transformers in North America in 1984.
It would have been like 82, I think. When
Maybe?
they
Okay,
would've-
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, but
'cause
it's the original series.
Like checked what
Okay,
shows,
if you checked.
and that was one of the shows.
Oh yeah, because he was looking. He was like, "What kind of TV would do?"
That's fair. Okay, I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Just
Apparently,
you wait.
after the last session, Liam was doing some character creation for just in
Yeah.
case backups.
In case the vision of death was accurate.
What was your new character's name? David 2?
Maybe.
Hi everybody, I'm a robot replacement of David. I'm identical to him in every way, except one.
And I'd be there, Mom, Dad, couldn't you have bought a better one?
I no longer need to sleep. And then he just stares at James.
I keep locking my door and I still wake up to see him like this, hovering over me in bed.
I am monitoring your life patterns.
It's like
Stop doing that!
I won't have any if you keep doing that.
an episode of Black Mirror.
You show the early signs of sleep apnea.
And then the robot version of me.
I don't even know what that means.
I know what my power could be. I could
Being a robot. Just being
Kind of like, what's his name from the X-Men?
the
Which
robot.
X-Men?
Which
There's a lot
what's
of
his
them.
name? They're all
Yeah,
what's his
there's
names.
like hundreds of
No, they're not.
They're like Colossus, I think his name is.
He's not a
Colossus
robot.
is the Russian.
No, I know, but
He's okay.
he's,
Yeah, but I mean, when he does his transform into steel, he looks robotic.
He's essentially a robot.
yeah, so I could be like that, but I could transform to a robot.
And then we wouldn't need
Arnie.
Arnie's or Lucas because we'd have a super strong Colossus character.
And that would please
Arnie's
that.
not about functional strength.
Arnie is about demonstration.
Yeah, exactly. It's beauty. I'm a sculptor.
I'm able to be kicked in the back at 70 years old and just shrug it off.
That would be a nice power.
Have you seen, speaking of Arnie, the
Okay.
trailer for the new Terminator?
No.
It's got potential.
Yeah. It's got loads of
Mom.
potential because Mackenzie Davis is in it. Arnie's back.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Linda's in it.
Linda's in it. And she looks awesome.
Eddie Furlong. No, I don't know.
I think he's dead. Pretty sure.
If
Pretty
he
sure
wasn't,
he's
I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
Okay, Google. Is Eddie Furlong
I still got to go see Pikachu.
Pika.
I have zero interest in Pokemon.
No, my interest is because of Ryan Reynolds and the bizarre shit he does.
Love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he is just so interesting.
Yeah, that's not enough for me.
That's fair.
I mean, I know it has like the movie has absolutely nothing to do with Pokemon, and it's just a detective noir film where the head detective is Pikachu, so that makes like zero sense already.
Makes about as much sense as any
Any
Pokemon
Pokemon
story.
thing. Yeah, right.
What is it? Is it based on comics? Like, is that? Is
There's
there, like,
supposedly
some-
a Detective Pikachu game
or-
that
Could-
came out in
Oh,
Japan.
okay.
Could not tell you.
I knew it was based on something.
And I think it might have been a cartoon or a movie, but it came out as a video game first,
I,
aping much of the Pokemon franchise.
He's not dead.
wow.
Sure.
He is in jail for
Okay.
Who's in jail?
Eddie Furlong.
Is
Type of
in
dead.
is in jail?
Arrested again in May 2013, avoided a further sentence in prison, agreeing to go to rehab for drug addiction for 90 days, and 52 weeks of domestic violence counseling. Maybe he's not in jail right now, but he's not doing a lot.
I definitely thought he was dead. Usually keep better track of the.
Of Eddie Furlong specifically.
Well, no, just
Why?
all the teeny bopper, like 90s teeny bopper guys. Like
Was
Johnny
he ever?
Brand is
What was
dead.
he in the Teeny Bopper?
He was in T2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever.
Well, he was
That's
in-
literally all I know him from.
He was in American History
Doesn't-
X,
Yeah, I
which
had
was
a
a
weird obsession with that movie.
fantastic movie,
Like,
but I can't watch it ever again.
Why?
Too heavy.
Well, it's intense.
Intensity in 10 cities.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
So are we doing diaries?
Yeah.
We having some diaries?
I'll go first. Dear diary.
So we're, let's say, 2 days after
Oh.
hospital time. So everyone is out of the hospital. You have not seen Zeke.
Your eyes go crossed every time you describe.
Just for a point, we were talking about where Zeke's house is. Where is Zeke's house
It
now?
is the top.
Oh,
It is up there.
Yeah.
all the everyone's houses are on there. if you
Yeah, I
wanna-
just saw. I
Zeke's
saw when
that
I
one.
said Zeke, but I didn't see the other one. So that's.
I'll do my dear diary.
So this is again, and then we were in the end of July, coming
I thought it
into
was end of August.
end of
Oh
August,
gosh.
coming into end of summer.
It's
Right.
still not school time.
Yeah, there's probably like
It's coming close. It's
two
hard on its
or
heels.
3 weeks to, or
Okay,
2
in
weeks to
August.
school start.
Tell you what, we'll take a break now. We'll listen to the other episode.
So we are going to start 2 days after the hospital. You have not seen Zeke since. His parents have not seen Zeke since. Millie has not yet told you how she has got out of the hospital yet, so maybe
Jumped
that's
out
something
the
she
window.
will tell you.
What floor was the hospital on again? Was the first floor?
We were on the first floor.
Yeah.
It's it's kind of like a very small hospital.
Yeah.
Like the Guelph Hospital looks bigger
Mm.
by a lot.
Well, yeah, it's 6-story.
What's the size of the town again? Like how many, like population wise?
It's
like a couple
1,200.
It's
45.
1,245 people.
Okay. Would we even have a hospital?
Could have been 3 or 4.
Right. However, the town is typically probably like 3,000 people because of tourists.
Tourists, yeah.
But there are just over 1,200 people who are permanent residents. School hasn't started up yet. That's maybe like 2 weeks away.
Oh.
And David said he will do his diary first.
So, dear diary, there's a new kid. Zeke or Zach, I forget who's who, got hit in the back by a slingshot. And then we went to the hospital and weird stuff happened. So yeah.
Mention something about your bike.
Yeah, what happened to your bike in the last 2 days?
Yeah, what have you been doing? What new improvements have you added to your bike?
10 wheels.
I was actually thinking about those wheels.
I put a fusion pack on it.
Yeah. I put an exhaust on it.
Nice.
Because it's gas powered.
There's like a toilet paper roll that's stuck on the back.
He's got like the big belching smokestacks.
Ooh.
I'm just
Well, I
thinking
do
that he
sneak
has,
into
like,
the
an
junkyard,
attachment on his
so-
ass.
What stops me from doing it? Maybe not big ones, but just small ones. And it's like fake smoke. If that's a thing.
Sure.
Like when it's time to talk about what's happened to his friends, he's like, these things happen. These. When it's time to talk about his bike, pages and pages.
Pretty much.
And like massive
He's focused on what
diagrams.
matters to him.
The name of the game is Kids on Bikes.
Yes. Just trying to
All right.
make sure we stay in that direction.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Cool.
I'm trying to get some new wheels right now. That hasn't worked out. So yeah.
You had a brand new bike to steal, like to take wheels from.
You rolled a brand new purchased bike,
He maybe didn't like the wheels on that bike.
and now you're chopping it up.
I'm not chopping it up. I'm taking it apart.
Fair enough.
Elegantly and carefully.
And then putting it into another bike.
That's called chopping.
Really?
Not, it's like an expression. It doesn't mean you're actually chopping, but to like fiddle.
It's
like that.
if you were doing
Okay,
miniatures,
well I've been
you'd be
chopping with
kickbashing.
my bike.
It's a euphemism. Like how kicking your butt might involve no kicking whatsoever.
And no contact with your posterior.
So yeah.
All right. So David is potentially going to be running an illegal chop shop at a Yellowknife
He's
in like 15
I've
years.
already got
I
him
was
souping
about
up
to
my
say.
lawnmower.
He's like souped up your lawnmower.
all right. I want a better gear ratio on this walk.
Yeah. All right. So
That would be a
Liam's
good idea.
potentially going to end up in some sort of criminal.
Chop shop.
uh,
Taking apart Trans Ams.
Hey, nobody else
Fairly
is using
ironic
them.
if he ended up being the black
240.
sheep of the family.
Looking for 240
James
Zeds.
is like, damn it.
You're gonna hook up
Datsuns.
with that kid from Yellowknife that stole a bunch of Nintendos off the back of a truck.
That was one of the rumors.
That was one of the
Oh,
non-player
okay.
characters.
Right.
I forget what his name is right now. Okay.
So, what did they do? Steal a bunch of PlayStations off the back of a truck?
Nintendos.
Yep.
Nintendos.
Not you.
Another person.
One of the non-player characters from Yellowknife.
Maybe that could be your backup character.
Nintendo Freddy. No.
All right,
Yeah, there
James
you go.
Prescott the
Could
third.
be Zork.
Well,
Something with a Z.
it's been a funky week. I mean,
Few days.
yeah.
2 days.
It's been
Feels
so
like
weird. It feels like it's a week and it's a couple of days. Yeah, from going to the park to all of a sudden having to go to the hospital. Zeke is bonked. He's uttering weird crap. He tells me that he doesn't trust the guy that's there, and I try and follow, and I fall off and hurt my ass, and end up just biking with everybody else, and when everything's done, he's not there. Nobody's seen him. And that Lucas kid, man, he's weird. He's just saying he's Zeke's brother and managing to pull it off. Wow. For a guy that's obsessed with body, he's actually kind of crafty. Well, I don't know what's happening. I don't know how he got hit in the head. Other than it was an accidental shot. I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel right. Zeke's a dink and everything, but you know, it's just not right that he's gone, and nobody seems to really care. It's not right.
All right.
Yo, body journal. It's been 3 sick days since my boy Zeke disappeared. Two days? Feels like 3 because I've been working so hard in the backyard
Counting is not Lucas's strong point.
that my dad just gave to me. He also brought back some sick new custom weights. It's rebar with custom laser cut cement. No idea where he got it from, but it's really helping me blast out my biceps. Been going over to Zeke's place, helping his mom with a bit of a green smoothie cleanse, because I feel that, you know, she's not treating her body like the temple it needs to be.
Oh dear.
I've also been telling her dad, I told you so, because where's Zeke at? He ain't around. Anyway, gotta go work on my legs. They're a little spindly.
Little.
All right.
I got it. Oh, I don't got it. Oh.
You're like a
Pipe
tree.
cleaners. You're gonna actually have to
He's not gonna work on his
turn
legs.
around.
Spoiler.
Dear Anarchist's Cookbook.
So I think last time I said I phrased these in like writing exercises, then, but it's
Yeah.
still just a diary.
Yeah.
Dear diary, I should be having the time of my life because for the first time in as long as I can remember, Zeke is not bothering me. But there's really weird stuff going on, and that bothers me. So it's like Zeke is bothering me even when he's not here. And I am very confused about everything, and I don't know what's going on, and I probably spelled confused wrong. I'm sorry, moms. That's it. I don't know what else to really say.
All right.
Zach is
What
just
was that?
baffled.
Like clicking sound.
Oh, that's
Funny.
the bunny drinking from his water bottle.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's raining. I'm like, it wasn't supposed to rain today.
It's really amazing the sounds that get picked up on this thing. Like, I'll hear him in the background. When we did your solo recording session, all you can hear is the ticking clock. It's just like tick, tick. It's like, oh.
Oh, it's kind of some good. I like that. That's like radio play music. It's the tension of it.
You can put it on a sound equalizer and filter.
No way, man.
Pure uncut.
No, I'm just saying you could.
I'm not gonna. that requires a lot more technology and knowledge than I have.
Okay.
I'm gonna do like a sister website where I just put it through radio voice for all of us, you know, like heavy reverb and compression, just like what are these people? This is so confusing. That clock. That stupid clock.
some Edgar Allan Poe stuff.
Yes.
It's the ticking of that infernal clock.
Day 2, the clock continues.
Alright, this is the beating of that hideous heart, isn't it?
We'll be losing David soon, I can hear it. One ticket at a time.
Oh no! It's the
Oh yeah, no, that would Zach would probably runs back to his journal. Oh, that's right. And if like Zeke is making predictions about stuff, and it's really weird, and if that's true, David doesn't have much longer to live, and that's really freaky. Book closed.
Okay, now my idea is to change my name
Uh,
to David. David.
David.
Okay, so Millie talks to her mom up in heaven and whatnot. So it's like, hey, it's been a while, and I'm really worried about my friend Zeke, and I don't know what to do. He accidentally got in the way of one of my slingshots a couple days ago. He got hurt and started saying some really weird stuff.
Your mom
about
knows
some
when
of
you're
my friends. What?
Your mom knows when you're lying.
My mom, she's... Yeah. Whatever. Millie doesn't know that she knows.
She also
Right.
forgives you.
Less. He started saying some really weird stuff about some of my friends.
Yeah, I officially changed my name to David.
David.
I just changed the I to an E. I think that's
No,
how
it
you
would
change.
still be the same spelling. It would just have an accent on one of the letters.
Daved. Dude got Daved.
Just an apostrophe.
I guess.
Yeah, so he went to the hospital, and then we couldn't find him anymore. When they were asking questions, Zach covered for me, which is pretty cool because Dad says
Oh, I just
if I
forgot I did
get
that.
if I get in trouble with my slingshot one more time, he's gonna take it away, which would really suck because I still haven't found out if it's better than the crossbow or the bow and arrow, whatever it was.
I think technically it was a compound.
A
Compound bow.
bow.
Yeah.
There, I
Um,
added the accent.
Yeah, I haven't told anyone this because I don't think anyone's going to believe me, but I feel like I saw Zeke when he was at the hospital. I walked into a room and he was there, and then he wasn't. And I don't know exactly what I saw, so I don't know who to tell. But anyway, I've been running the last couple of days in the morning to clear my head and try and figure out what to do. I've invited Lucas, but every time I ask him, he says something about how cardio ruins
Cardio is
games.
the mind killer.
It's the death of mass.
Ruins gains, whatever that means. And every time he says gains, I picture him saying it with a Z, so.
I respect it less and less every time.
Yeah, well, we'll talk soon. Done.
You're not gonna tell us how you got out of the hospital, eh?
No, I don't.
Alright,
That wasn't something she would tell her mom. I don't know.
Fair enough.
It would come up in conversation.
But how did you get out? How did you get out?
She didn't say anything about breaking past, going past security, snooping around the hospital. She did see the thing about the
Let me
visions.
see. Is this on?
No,
This
just the
page?
right page.
Okay.
Or what? What's happening?
Yeah.
Nothing's happening.
No, she gets to look in the DM branded field notes, which is a gradient blue rather than a flat.
I think it says on the back
brown.
where I got it from. No, maybe not. I
Oh,
don't
it's
remember. I don't-
fieldnotes.book.com.
I don't remember which conference I went to or which thing I got that. Which sponsored event.
No. Let me keep that as the DM version.
Yeah, right. This is the ref's field notes.
That's how you know. You gotta know that it's different.
Yeah.
Hence my my
Stenopad.
ledger stenopad. I just need one of those like newspaper journalist
Get
caps.
some Newsies hats on you.
Yeah.
This just in. What a scoop. Hold the presses. This better be a damn good story.
I need.
I need pictures of Spider-Man.
I asked a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Burger!
I'll lay down here.
Good old JJ.
Bless you. You only get one.
That's my question.
No,
we talked about this.
Okay. All right.
It's alright, I filled in the gap.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Otherwise, that would that would be kind of weird.
What would be weird?
Nothing.
Now I'm sure it's what I think it is.
Nothing would be weird.
What is it you think it is?
Is this about the power stuff?
Yeah.
Dude's got the biggest afro I've ever seen.
Who?
Anyway.
So we will start off with Lucas. It's going to be a Wednesday morning,
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Yeah. Chest and back day.
Sure. And we'll say it's just after breakfast. You just have your like
15
shots of raw eggs,
Checks out. On my sweet new Oster blender.
and then you just ate like a whole roasted chicken.
Oh, yeah, no skin.
Yeah, well, you said you preferred something over roasting or something. Well, I don't remember.
Boiling.
Maybe that was boiled
Yes.
I mean, my mom roasts it for me sometimes because she's convinced she needs to teach me about flavor, but I just need that sweet, sweet protein with my egg yolks. So I'm moving out to the back.
Mom, it tastes like failure.
Yeah. I've been like finding little bits of like flat like flagstones and things. I've been dragging back to the back apartment. So I'm trying to like pave the little block of land. My dad's forcing me to keep all my stuff in. I'm setting it up pretty sweet, and I got my dumbbells in there, and I'm just starting a deadlift with just terrible form.
You don't realize it yet, but you've got like 6 herniated
Yeah.
discs in your lower back.
That's not
It's a different kind of growth, man.
Yo, what? What?
He's hurting his back.
That'd be like the opposite of growth. You'd like shrink.
That's why he's only 5'8".
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like 5'8's tall for a
bodybuilder.
14-year-old.
Yeah, but in our group, it's not because James is 6'2" and Millie is 5'10".
Well,
right.
what?
Yeah, I started out smaller, but then I had to scale up to the.
Full
I'm wearing
grown
the
adults.
same scale.
Full-grown adults.
It's like heroic 28 millimeter, right? It's not actually 28 millimeter.
Okay, so I guess we are starting off in your backyard,
Mm-hmm.
which where the hell are you on my map?
I'm kind of like near the central cross, up at the top of B, the big B lot.
Oh right,
Yeah.
You're this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the you're the one housing unit that happens to be like right beside some commercial
Yeah, exactly.
development.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm getting just like there's all this garbage and like I'm sifting through the broken glass and the rebar and I'm just getting these like flagstones that I'm laying haphazardly
We
around.
could be best friends
Okay.
using all the scrap.
Oh, man.
Where
You're welcome to come over anytime. You're welcome
You
to come
attach
over
some
anytime.
rebar to your bike to make it go
You
faster.
live at like B?
Yeah, I'm a B.
Right here.
And so you can think right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm just working out, and you know this. I mean, you know that Lucas, after his pure egg yolk smoothie, egg yolk boiled chicken smoothie, he's got to get his mass on. So I'm working out.
You wouldn't want egg yolks, though. You want the whites, too, because the whites are pure protein.
That's true.
And that's,
But the yolks are where all the flavors.
yeah, that's true.
That's a good point. I get rid of the yolks. It's just egg whites and chicken. What's it called? Boiled chicken breast that I'm pureeing. into like a thick, almost like a pate consistency that I'm.
Oh,
And then,
This
and
would
then
be
he gets
cat food.
then he gets the sheets of pork fat, pours it into the mold, and makes a terrine out of it. Gotta have some healthy fat.
I don't know. I haven't thrown up yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Why is my stomach not turning?
It secretly sounds tasty.
Because it's
Okay. So, sure. If that's what.
I call Millie. I'm done my workout. I go back into the thing. You know, it's a pretty short workout because my back's really bothering me. And
that means you're growing.
yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a fine line, but I feel like I got it right. But,
What pain is weakness leaving the body?
yeah, exactly.
And you're in constant pain. So,
It's called DOMS, man.
Must
Delayed
be-
onset muscle soreness.
Um,
Or herniated disc. One of the two.
I call Millie on the phone.
Hello?
Millie, let's go play Frogger.
Yeah.
Millie's bait and tackle shop.
Pretty much, you only have one phone. Frogger. Don't you want to do something outside?
I've been outside all morning. I want to get a sweet score.
Why do you care about Frogger?
What's Frogger?
It's a video.
one of the earlier video games.
Lucas's favorite game.
Well, who do you know who has a video game system?
I'm assuming there's an arcade somewhere in the, or there's at least
Yeah.
like a laundromat.
That kid
No, no,
who
no, no.
stole
It'd be the diner.
consoles
The
sells
diner,
them.
exactly. Some place has like a dirty, barely functioning Frogger cabinet.
That's
Or-
true.
Or,
Somewhere
or,
has-
or a pool hall.
We call it the arcade, but it's really just the.
It could be a bowling alley. It
Yeah,
could be the
laundromat.
pool hall that has.
The,
Oh, you know what? The Northern Lights Inn totally has like one.
And a pinball machine.
Not the
Yeah,
Lancaster.
Yeah. That's always out of service.
There's so many. There's so
An
many.
an old Bally Elton John the Who pinball wizard machine that's always broke.
They have at the I think it's the Pergola Commons movie theater. They have an AC/DC pinball machine.
And
No, that's too
and
big.
it's
That's
great.
2000s.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the arcade/pool is going to be at building number 4,
Building
which
4?
It's right across the
Northern
street
Lights
from
Inn.
Millie.
which is where the
It's next door to the Fish and Tackle.
Oh man.
Yes. Which is where the fish and tackle that's on your map is actually the general store.
What?
I had,
It's
to
your
do, I had to do
competitor.
some retconning because you
Oh.
decided to take over the fish and tackle.
Well, isn't 13 the fishing temple? And then Millie lives on top of it?
Oh right, we did decide that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense because then we're neighbors.
So building number 4 is
Which I like that I'm
where-
calling you instead of just coming over. With the,
Yeah.
is where the Rotary,
That's how you think they do it in
Royal
California.
Canadian Legion,
It's too hot to go outside.
and Freemasons all operate out of.
Out of the where? Sorry?
Freemasons?
Out of building number 4.
Oh, okay. So
So
it's like a community center type deal.
well, building number 4 was formerly a lodging facility for the research station.
Oh.
and it's been repurposed by a variety of clubs. And
So they've taken like all the barrack space and divided it up.
yeah, the Rotary runs bingo. And is basically just a bar, but the for whatever reason the Royal Canadian Legion have acquired, maybe through some sort of family donation,
Writing instrument.
The thing you're holding.
Okay, wasn't sure.
an arcade and a pool. Basically, it's all like the same facility. There's just like they just take up different corners.
This is amazing, this place.
Okay, 4
Been in a few places like that.
It's all in the Trello board as well.
Did you say number 4? So we're
Building-
repurposing
yeah,
that
building
from
number
the
4 is
Northern
number
Lights
15.
Inn?
No. Building number 4 is
Northern Lights Inn.
is number 15. The building is called building number 4.
I see,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
sorry, I messed that up too.
Dang it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
literally just.
Don't worry, it'll be correct on the video, so it's fine.
I guess I could have put
Building
number 4 for the label for building number 4, but
That would have been
That's-
too.
yeah, that's-
No,
No,
that's,
that's-
not how towns of this size are labeled.
Well, no,
That's great detail.
but that's very Canadian Forces basis is naming it Building 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4.
also that may have been named after Murdoch Mysteries, which their police station is Station House number 4.
Oh, you populist.
So if they're going to the quote-unquote arcade, whatever we in the small town consider an arcade.
They'll have like
Yeah. No, but if that's
two actual
Cabinets.
arcade cabinets, a pinball machine.
Maybe one of the 2 people tables that was like Gallica, and then flip back and forth.
Yeah,
But if that's where they're heading, Zach is
cocktail
already
cabinets
there.
are
Yeah.
best.
And they have one of those at the vape store that I go to. Yeah,
Nice.
Pac-Man.
Because he
I was close about Miss
Gave-
Pac-Man.
or
I was on
Zach
the fence
likes
on which
video
one.
games.
Was Miss Pac-Man right there? I
Oh,
love
God.
Miss
he
Pac-Man.
also sometimes likes getting
That reminds me of a terrible old joke. Girls like Miss
Did I-
Pac-Man so much.
Oh.
I feel like this is.
Nah, we're taping it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, during the refreshment break. Well, okay, 1981 could be Miss
19, are we 84 or 80?
84.
Okay, I thought it was 84.
Pac-Man. Sorry, I'll be right back.
This is Lucas calling Millie.
That's him actually going across the street.
Hang out with some buddies. What's up?
You just have a tin can and some string.
Just leads out the window. Hey, yo, Millie!
No, they've got one of
It's
those.
Lucas!
They got one of those old-fashioned walkie-talkies, and their houses are close enough because it's only like 50 feet. Or
I don't think we're that
Listen,
close
yeah,
friends yet.
this place up here is close enough to this place down here to use walkie-talkies.
This
yeah, real commercial grade, but I'm talking about like the kid ones.
Kid ones, yeah.
We would probably have
50
commercial grade
feet.
walkie-talkies.
so this is like 3 blocks,
It's 300 meters.
and then Millie's at the bottom of block 4.
It's 400 meters.
So that's almost half a kilometer.
Yeah.
As long as, I mean, technically a block. Well, yeah, I guess so.
It's an awfully long string.
Yeah. So the Legion side of the building is mainly fold-up furniture and something that functions as a bar. The Rotary Club runs bingo every Wednesday at 9 p.m. So there's bingo tonight at 9 p.m.
Okay.
because I told Lucas that it was a Wednesday morning.
Checks out.
And then the Masons are on the second floor of the.
Are they currently meeting, or are they just that's where they are? Like that's
Well,
their-
no, that's
their
that's
building.
where the
That's the
their-
space they
That's the
use.
space,
Okay.
and it's kind of like it's got like a vault, like vaulted ceiling type structure. So the upstairs is
So they can do the proper 33-degree initiation.
yeah. It's like it feels like an A-frame attic type space.
That's not. That's not about the widow's son.
I won't.
Could I be heading over to the trash?
It's kids
yard?
on bikes. You
The
can do
trash yard. You know what? You absolutely can.
No reason not to. I mean, you're only a Prescott.
Since when do you care about the family?
I don't know why,
Here's
but I
when it
feel
could
he's been a
benefit
little
him.
bit more indoctrinated, or he's a little more into that as a reaction against me.
Oh.
So they're like extra strict with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably, I'm gonna work on the horn today.
Aruga. Nope. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Did you leave it
Oh,
out?
it's right there.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
So
I will say also that the Hash House Diner probably has a jukebox.
Is it a jukebox, or is it the ones where they have it at each table?
Yo.
No. This
jukebox.
is like a diner. So they've got like a
No.
jukebox, not
That-
the.
that's what I
taking
remember.
apart jukebox.
I can remember crappy little
Yeah, the ones
diner type things
at the table and they had like
because
6
they
songs.
they'd get more revenue that way.
Right. No, this is just
You turn it up full blast and you can barely hear it like on the far side.
yeah. And then the Northern Lights Inn probably does not have much in way for entertainment. They probably do like a dance night, you know,
Sweet.
go do some square dancing or line dancing or whatever.
Cardio.
80s, 80s is probably trying hard and doing disco.
Yeah.
84.
Uh,
Probably got a
No, we'll bring
stainless
we'll have a
steel
little,
dance
little
floor.
footloose sub story on this thing.
yes.
One of us has. You have to be super into disco, which will be really confusing with your.
No.
Did he have, what was his like shameful little music secret? Like, you guys
Oh,
listen to
God.
Foreigner or something?
It was Careless Whisper. No.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Copyright.
it
No,
happens.
it was
Headcanon
something.
now.
It was something poppy.
Like disco.
No, disco
Madonna.
is not poppy.
What? Disco's so poppy. So delicious.
No.
Was it? Are you into Madonna?
could I try
Oh,
to
God.
look for
Like rolling any of these directions.
small?
I can remember saying I was obsessed with Susie Sue, but that's not a guilty pleasure for a goth.
Functioning jukebox, but not really functioning.
In the trash
I
piles?
think there's
Yeah.
probably literally like one building that has a jukebox in the entire town, and it's probably been there forever.
You could be rooting around the trash behind that
You
building.
could maybe find like an old timey radio if you're lucky. If you're really lucky.
If you roll a 20 or
Oh,
above.
man.
Because
With a two-sided die.
Yeah, get out a coin.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, Liam.
Those explode half the time.
Liam, when you're up north back then, everybody
That's still-
tended to hang on to
Heads.
everything
Yes.
until it was
Heads.
totally
Yes.
broken.
And even
Because everything was
anywhere-
so expensive to get up there,
Mhm.
you know, so if there was any possible value, they would just suck it dry.
People these days are more likely to throw something out and buy a new one, but in the 80s, you actually
did
like
not.
fix things.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Lancaster Motel is pretty much a murder motel.
Okay.
Aesthetically.
It's the place where everybody gets their kidney donation.
Yeah, it feels like one of those hotels. It feels like in the future they would use it as a location for like CSI. However, it's just, whatever.
It's a normal
It's just a normal motel. They've got like a really good pool. The rooms are kind of like strangely styled in like, a way that hipsters might enjoy it, but really it's just
But it's the 80s.
it's the 80s, so it's just like
So it's a shiny hotel.
Yeah, it's the Overlook Motel.
yeah.
Yeah, huge heads made it.
But then they've also so one of the rumors was that
There was a tunnel from there to the base.
no,
that was somewhere
no,
else.
but that might be a rumor. There is a Lancaster airplane, like reconnaissance airplane, that they keep on the property and that you can go in and tour and look at. And
Lancaster Motel and plane.
it was a Lancaster Mark 10 AR reconnaissance plane.
Dude, why are we fixing your bike up?
Right, let's fix up an airplane and learn how to fly.
Yeah. We don't need to learn, we just do. That's what my boy Arnie tells me, Your mind.
There's probably a
MS
sweet
Jetson
pool there as well.
How much difference?
Is there like a public pool? I forgot. There's a.
There is a
No, there-
gigantic beach.
Yeah,
that's
you're
fair.
you're on a beach.
That's fair. That's
The
fair.
school maybe has a pool facility, but
The
also it's
school.
probably more like a really large bathtub.
Canoes and kayaking.
Oh, yeah.
Millie lives right by the lake.
I mean, we all live right by the lake.
Oh yeah, but Millie lives extra right
Right,
by the lake.
right by her.
Yeah, right by her.
Well, that's because you fish probably all the time.
Yep.
And you know a million things about fishing.
Got there's some
I
tackle.
live near the mountains.
Get a little bit of bait for your lures.
A couple of...
Yeah.
On the-
This
the
is how she
first
comes up with
session.
new designs,
Yeah.
right? Is that she goes and she trial error. Hey, if I put
I thought we
this
just stole
color.
them from Yellowknife or bought them and
No, but you redesign them somewhat.
Yeah.
Rumors don't have to be true.
That's true.
Giving them a new paint job is not redesigning them.
Yeah.
No, also changing the feathers and the trailers.
So...
Okay, so
I
Lucas
want
was
to
in the middle
go
of
rock out the
calling-
Frogger cabinet. I got a fistful of change and dreams.
You will find the Frogger cabinet is already occupied, my friend. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, alright, that sounds good.
That's not Frogger sound effects.
I never played it. I am not that old. I am super old. I'm not that old.
Frogger spectacular side.
Hey, you damn
I mean, I probably played Frogger last week.
Yeah.
I will also let you know that I was making pinball motions when I was
I noticed.
I was saying I
That's-
play
That's,
Frogger.
no, that's how I play arcade games. Like,
I
just the joysticks.
I am triggering the electronics to go off by smacking the cabinet on the side. I am that good.
Or
I walk up to the cabinet, I put my quarter, and I got next. And I watch you play. I want to see his skill. I want to see deep into his soul. How good is he at this game? Is he a threat? Is he a threat?
What is he?
What are the best scores?
What would be the skill for this? Grit?
It's Frogger. I'm going click, click, nope, click, click, do 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 do.
I
Yeah,
think
because
it's
because
probably
it's left,
grit.
right, and across. And
I'm gonna assume
sometimes it's a forward.
that as
Yeah,
children
it's a
you're
forward.
all
Just good at Frogger.
or
good at.
dressing.
It's the only video game in Owl Station.
Mm-hmm.
David
See, it's
probably
not-
does
But as
more.
Lucas
Oh,
sees
sorry.
everything as a competition,
Uh,
how much better is he than me?
So there's
Very,
Frogger,
very.
and then there
Who's
is.
got the high scores on the machine?
Is that
That's-
the one where you
Yeah.
scroll back and
The
forth
AV
and shoot
club.
things
and
coming
then,
down?
and then things would peel off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got
Yeah.
Frogger and Galaga.
Oh, classic.
There is an Indiana Jones pinball machine.
The AV
Okay.
club has like all the high scores, and like nobody can get.
I definitely am on the high scoreboard somewhere.
Yeah, sure. The AV Club members
I'd like to see a
Are the
roll
best
off.
are
in
all
town.
top threes.
I got to be up there.
And they don't sign them individually. Anyone that
Just says
plays a game
ABC.
as an AV club member just signs the initials AVC.
It's like
You can be
could only do
position
3 letters.
5.
I'm
On
getting up there
Frogger.
because I do video games a lot.
You
but
just
like,
can't quite like.
yeah, no, their scores are insanely high, and
Yeah.
like I've been trying to beat these guys for years, so there's no way you're catching up to me, son. You'll find positions 5 and 7 both say ZAK. And because we live in a nice small town, these things never get restarted. Like
Except one
these are
time,
scores from years
like,
ago.
One time, you
Everybody
accidentally pressed the
but
wrong
David
thing and
has
added
at
the
least
E.
played it
So it
once.
says Zeke.
Z-
And you just
see,
keep trying to beat that
ZEK?
one. So.
Point of order, there are only 5 slots in the high school board, Frogger.
Then I've got 4 and 5. No.
No, you just keep on going up 6.
Yeah, one of the training
And
is
count.
that for anybody in the, if they start reaching for it to pull the plug, no, you don't do that.
It has got a backup generator in the basement.
Yeah.
This machine never turns off. I don't know.
All the power is out in the city. Well, we better go to the arcade. and
Someone's
play.
run a power cable all the way across town up to the hospital's emergency generator to
probably like
keep
the
Frogger
AV
going.
Club, 'cause
Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
time
Now
travel.
the AV club are mainly Dungeons and Dragons players.
But some of them are time travel, so they might have a 0-point module that they've hooked up to just the Frogger cabinet.
Yeah.
And they're probably like
That's fine.
there is a way to like change it between games that nobody else knows.
Maybe.
Do you know why I would have written this on my notes? I don't even.
Because you're delusional.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're just saying that, like, telling how high score is.
Is that a thing?
That's all I'm saying.
I don't remember.
Okay, never mind.
Was that something to do with Galaxy Defender Man?
I'm gonna say yes.
What was it?
I don't know. I'm afraid of saying it out loud in case it's something embarrassing too.
Wait, what did it say?
It says Guardian Cowboy.
Guardian Cowboy.
I'm
Are
wondering
you
if
thinking of the fact that I actually kind of respect Zeke? So I'm a guardian cowboy?
no,
Good.
definitely not.
Or is that his
Because
aesthetic?
you were giving me shit about looking like a cowboy.
Maybe that's your avatar name when you play D&D with the
No, this.
It
Oh.
does not register anywhere in my brain.
I don't know if it was something I was supposed to remember.
But it is
Whatever.
canon now.
Yeah. That's,
There is a Guardian Cowboy.
Maybe that's issue 3 of Galaxy Defender.
well, so the thing above it was a woman's name. So I'm gonna assume there's like a weird love triangle between Galaxy. What is it? Galaxy Defender Man.
Yeah.
'Cause
Guardian Cowboy is also on the team.
and then whoever Galaxy Defender Man is supposed to be marrying in the next issue,
That's Nestron.
and
Well.
Nostrana,
So Nuptials of Doom is when
And-
this came to the fore.
and
No, the latest one
issue
was
the issue
iguanas.
after that the
Iguanas
the,
of Ignorance.
the
Yeah.
secret love triangle issue. What is it? Guardian Cowboy?
Yes.
Something.
He shows up at the wedding to
Yeah.
try and stop it.
Oh, this is one of your Harlequin books.
Oh, there we go.
What?
Problem
Carla
solved.
Cassidy,
Oh, right.
Guardian Cowboy.
I can't remember why.
Because you were
Look it up.
defending your taste for trashy romance.
I was gonna
Yeah.
drop it into the video somewhere, and I totally
Oh,
forgot to do
yeah.
that.
When you're
Because- although I haven't
talking
edited that
about,
video yet. So.
Maybe you should
They
make
still have-
a more clarifying note.
Well,
yeah.
HQ wrong.
this is my memory is the worst. Even when I remind myself of something, I still don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, cabinet's busy.
Sure. I'm into it. I'm out there. I'm just watching you play, man. I'm seeing you work the machine.
What are you now? Did you tell her to meet her there, or did you grab her on the way?
I would imagine, depending if what her timeline was, that I would have come over and grabbed her because it's on the way.
Sure.
I mean, we are neighbors.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She lives right across the street from this place too.
Yeah. So
I'm probably catching up on Transformers.
They are more than meets the eye.
I'm just listening to Gang of Four.
Are
So
you sure? You're not listening to like.
Skinny puppy, all right.
Madonna. So I will probably screw up at some point because it bothers me when people stare at me, and Lucas bothers me when he breathes. So
You probably get like 10th best.
I'll be.
You get one more.
I get
move,
nowhere
and you
near
get
the
one
record.
more.
I'm just like this, and I'm like, because he's leaning or
yeah.
looking.
I'm kind of sizing the cabinet up like I'm going to try to lift it. You know, feel
That's how this works, right? He's got to press it a couple times, and then like he wrecks my concentration just by existing, so I screw up. And like,
And there's a big
And I
fight.
tell him he's got to work on his mental game. I'm like, put the quarter in and then focus. Get my Frogger on.
kick him in the back of the knee.
Because he has
Lucas
little
will
chicken
fight you.
legs. Just buckle.
Work on your mental game. I don't even remember where this came from. He just said that I don't like him or something like that.
Yeah,
To
that
be
might.
fair, I don't think you like most people.
No, it was something in one of your questions is like, one of the questions you asked is like, what is it about this person that you don't like or something like that. So I started off not liking him or something.
Right.
don't
Gotcha.
remember
Oh, you
exactly.
were like uneasy about him or something like that.
Oh yeah, why am I suspicious of Lucas?
Right.
Yeah, it was in the questions from the
And he said,
second.
because he might unseat you on a Frogger.
That is what it says. You did want to know what will get me extremely mad.
Turns out.
Breathing while he's playing Frogger.
No, it's just basically existing.
Yeah. And lecturing him on his mental game.
What is your brain score, by the way?
Not good.
So while
I
you
forgot
guys
to mark
are
it down.
Yeah, D4. It's my lowest.
while
Just
you
a-
guys are
just a
playing
quarter.
Frogger, or while Zach is playing Frogger and Lucas is observing the Frogger happen, you see the psychologist from Alberta,
The doctor.
the doctor,
Doctor Who.
at the bar, sitting there with Hiram McDougal, who happens to be the current mayor of Owl Station. However, because you're new, you don't know who
Yeah.
that guy is, and you're also the only person who saw a psychologist outside of Zeke's parents. Little background on Hiram McDougal. He's the mayor of Owl Station.
What McDougal?
Hiram.
Hiram?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the whiskey.
Sure.
Hiram and fire him.
That's the campaign. That was the slogan he ran.
He's pretty secretive, and he's got a sweet collection of pewter dragon statues.
Of what dragon is that?
Pewter.
Pewter.
Silvery metal.
Metal.
They're the kind of statues that you find in any gift shop.
Or some
They-
miniatures sometimes made
Uh,
out of pewter?
All miniatures are made
Yeah,
of
so
pewter.
the-
Old school
Miniature
miniatures
lead.
were always pewter.
No, old school miniatures were lead. Then they switched to pewter.
Yeah.
Safer lead.
Yeah.
Children died.
Because,
So-
well, also it was harder than lead, so.
Pretty much every metal mini that is in production right now is pewter. Or like some variation of that zinc mixture.
How does Lucas react to? Or are you done? Sorry.
No, that's everything. So, but Lucas does not know who the dude is
the Hiram
that he's
is,
sitting
but,
with.
How do you react to seeing?
But
the
you see the
Psychologist.
phony
you
doctor?
see the fake doctor.
I turn and I say, I still got next. And I walk over to the bar. And I swagger and I sit
Pocket
down
quarter.
beside him. I say, how's Zach? Zeke.
I'm fine. My brother is Zach. I mean Zeke.
Okay, so he's gonna look at you. Who are you, kid? What are you talking about?
I reach, I flex, I kiss my bicep while making eye contact. I say, "Where's Zeke?"
There's your answer. He probably laughs.
Right. So he does a. And for some reason, there's a big scream in the background. Sort of just scratches where maybe he would keep a side piece. Says, "I don't know what you're talking about, kid. Beat it."
I go back to the Frogger table.
So what happened?
That's the guy who kidnapped Zeke.
You know that for sure?
Absolutely. When I was doing reconnaissance as his brother, that's the guy who made his parents sign his life away.
Where's Millie? I thought you said she was coming.
I just.
Or you're just here, just
No,
standing
I
quietly.
Well, it's
I
so
came in.
on Millie-like, so.
Hmm?
So on Millie-like, you just sitting there quietly.
Yeah, no, I wandered off and I don't have any money, so I was just like pressing buttons on one of the other games. Like just pretending to play while it says like start.
I gave you Lucas's quarter.
Nice.
Hey bro, I thought I had next. I don't know where your quarter is.
No, soon like I was off to the side pressing buttons on a different game, but as soon as he comes back and mentions Zeke, it grabs my attention. It's, when you were at the hospital, did you actually see him?
He literally is the one that made Zeke's parents write some phony document.
No, I mean Zeke. Did you see him at the hospital?
I never saw Zeke, no.
Never saw him.
But they said he had him. That guy did.
Yeah, because I could have sworn when I was trying to get away from one of the security guys, I ended up in a room and it was empty, and then Zeke was there on a bed, and then it was empty again, and I have no idea what I saw. So if you didn't see him at the hospital, nobody else seems to have seen him.
But he was at the hospital, I'm
He was
telling
at
you.
the hospital?
That quack doctor.
I can hear you.
That's fine, you spook! And,
Does he have one of those little earpieces with like the cord?
In the 80s?
I don't know.
No.
and he definitely flashed me as Luger. I mean, it's like, it seemed vintage, let's just say. I don't know, I mean, hate to throw shade, but...
I think in the 80s, if he had like a wireless piece, it would be like big giant radio headphones.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's carrying like a full battery pack.
Yeah. And everyone's molars tingle as he goes by, like,
He's got to get like to get some battery going into it.
Listeners can imagine what motion Derek made there.
Everyone knows what the crank powered
listening devices worked like in the 80s. Come on.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, definitely that guy's involved. Who's the guy he's with?
that's the mayor.
Mayor. So it goes all the way to the top.
Did you walked over there and you didn't even say hello to the mayor? You like ignored him?
I don't know the mayor.
That's funny.
I mean, he's talking to a quack, so he doesn't seem like a very good mayor. That guy's probably filling his head with lies about psychology.
I feel better now. I'm gonna go back to Frogger.
Meanwhile, David is, after Transformers finishes, he's gonna work on his moves, his dance moves.
His moves.
Can we have a montage?
You know, this is legit a thing that would happen. He would go upstairs. He would put on the fluorescent sweatbands.
All right. So we are going to cut after the
montage
commercial
time.
break
All of a sudden to Ice Ice Baby after 4 or 5 days.
from you guys at
The arcade.
the arcade that happens to exist between the Legion and the
Rotary.
Rotary.
The all-purpose meeting place.
Yeah.
David is absolutely
The
trying to
community-
perfect the moonwalk.
like the
that is what he
community
is
hall,
doing.
we can call it.
What's that?
Community hall?
Yeah.
Can we for it?
We can call it the community.
Building number
four.
Building number
The
four.
community hall.
I'm just doing general dancing.
In 1984, you are absolutely trying to copy Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
If you cannot already do the moonwalk, you are trying to do the moonwalk.
I probably.
But actually,
partially
I
do it.
think what's
84
happening
is
is
late.
as Transformers Generation 1 finishes, out the back of, you hear some Milli Vanilli coming in from
No. No.
James' room.
No, don't you dare do that to my character.
Milli Vanilli in 1984?
I don't know. Or some
What are you trying to get? Some like hip hop?
maybe some Vanilla Ice.
Still too
MC
What's
Hammer.
happening?
Still too early.
88.
I mean, maybe Public
What's
Enemy.
happening?
He's trying to
He's
get
trying to
my
think
guilt.
of
I'm listening to my guilty
Embarrassing
pleasure.
Yeah,
music.
we're trying to find guilty pleasure music.
This is Cyndi Lauper, maybe.
There's nothing guilty
So-
about listening to Cyndi Lauper in 1984.
So what
Like that.
happens when my show finishes?
Well, you said you wanted to go dancing,
We're throwing some shade on your brother
So-
first.
Yeah. It's
So we
put
gotta
on some
find-
music.
Okay.
But like very pop.
Top
It's
100
country
hits of
music.
1984. I'm listening to
Careless Whisper.
Purple Rain.
Okay.
That sounds kind of cool. I don't know if
that's
I agree
not
with
that's not guilty pleasure music.
That's a guilty pleasure for a goth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A goth
it
would not
is. It's
really.
Like I'm not
Perspective.
listening. I'm
All
just
right.
like I'm not listening to words. It's
Although it
just,
is
like,
the same year as
a beat.
Footloose.
Oh.
Right. Such a good soundtrack.
Crossover time.
Such a good soundtrack. But you could also be listening to Time After Time.
But that's Cyndi Lauper, and Cyndi Lauper is still close enough. She's not cool, but she's not guilty.
Endless Love, Diana Ross.
No. No. You too, but I mean that wouldn't be
Okay,
guilty.
why
That
everybody's on their
I
phone.
feel like it should be.
We're looking up.
music,
looking up
embarrassing
music.
oh God, Duran Duran,
You do.
Wild Boys.
Yeah. Duran Duran is like, he's like, that's sort of, it's kind of goth adjacent.
but everybody sneers at it because it's so popular
Yeah.
compared to goth.
But you still like it because it's so good.
That's fine.
I'll
That's fine.
go with Duran Duran.
All right.
And
The
I'll go with
reflex.
just basic.
So there, out. G1 Transformers finishes.
Yeah.
Your episode's done. Out of the back of coming down from like upstairs somewhere,
Because I always turn it up too
you
much.
can hear a little bit of Duran Duran.
Which you recognize because
With-
you hear it all the time.
Yeah, you can hear your brother listening to it all the time until he walks in and he flips over to like Skinny Puppy or something, or The Cure, and then quickly like wipes his makeup so it looks like he's been crying all.
I don't do makeup, just nail polish.
If that music's on, even though I'm quite calm, I walk up the stairs, barge into his room, don't even make eye contact with him, turn his music off, walk out.
I grab him by the back of his neck, pick him up, shake him like a wet rag, and I say, "How many times have I told you to not dick with my stuff?"
But
I don't
clearly-
turn your
clearly
crap off.
It was broken because it was playing the wrong song.
No.
There's something wrong with it.
I don't care because nobody will believe him over me.
That's fair.
So, keep your hands off my damn stuff. I keep them off your stuff. Or do you want me to go in and start busting up your stuff? Huh? You like that?
Threaten his bike.
All right, get out of here. Put it back on. Put it back at the beginning of the track.
Yes. All right.
That worked out successfully.
What'd you steal?
You roll a sleight of hand.
What did I steal? What should I roll to determine? Just like I'd probably just grab
Well,
like something random.
Okay, so he just turned around and he went away from me. I grabbed him by the by the scruff of his neck, turn him around to face me, and start screaming at him. I think I'd have a pretty good chance of detecting anything, including
Well-
him being furtive and trying to jam something in his sock
We shall see.
or pocket.
We shall see.
I mean, when I had to steal something, it
2
was
dice
a-
enter, 1 dice leave.
It was flight when I took something.
Death match.
Right.
Well,
Uh,
but this isn't
just
like
need to-
getting away. It's just like
Well, it wasn't getting away there either. It was
I need
getting
to
away
put
with something.
bookmarks in all the different spots in this
Yeah.
book still.
You need to get those post-it flags.
Yeah.
And a DM screen.
That's not a DM screen. That's a
No.
folder.
Yeah.
Active.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll.
Just get the one out of your big box. The huge one.
You're gonna roll
Oh.
Got that one.
a flight roll,
Oh, that's just knocked over your drink.
Oh, my drink's closed.
and I want to see
A lot of scrutiny.
a 12 on your flight.
so I need to get at least an 11.
What's your flight?
My flight is a D12 plus 1.
Yeah, he's got a +1 for being a kid.
Right.
Cause
Right,
I'm
right,
a
right.
And
kid.
then, do you still have any adversity tokens left?
Oh, I have 4.
That's a 9.
So 9. I
So you
roll.
rolled a 10.
No, it's an 8 +1. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So you got 9.
You could he spend 3 adversity tokens to get it up to a 12? Is that how the?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give him any tokens.
Well, no. This is
He's got
not
4.
well, I mean, it's sort of a planned thing, but
Mm,
not really.
no, it's
Not-
it's
not-
spur
More
of
like
the moment.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to spend 3 adversity tokens,
You do.
uh,
One of those.
or if you spend all 4 adversity tokens, that will put you up to 13, which means you will not impressively succeed.
Wait, there was a roll that occurred?
Yeah.
Whoa. Give us, back it up. I was ogling a board game.
He's trying to steal something from
Yeah,
from
I got that. I
James's-
was excited for that.
James's room.
What was he trying to roll for?
Rotten little
He was rolling a
klepto.
12.
Okay.
His
I
character's
still don't get how that
flight.
isn't charm.
is you're not charming.
Charming would be if
You're
were-
trying to-
if
you're
you
trying
were
to-
having a
It's like
conversation.
bluffing.
Yeah.
But you're not
No.
bluffing. You're
No.
you're trying to just sneakily grab something off of.
You're doing something physical. Charming is when you try to distract me,
Or trick.
or you're trying to convince me that
Yeah,
you need this
convince
thing.
me.
You're
Convince him
just
that-
trying to lift. You're trying to 5-finger discount.
So this was a flight roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a 9. I'm not gonna use any adversity.
So what
So-
happens? Does he catch you? Do you like
Yes.
try and grab something and then knock it over?
Well,
maybe?
how much did he fail by?
Only a couple.
4.
He's just
Three.
minor fail, -1 to 4.
-1?
Well,
He's
he
3 below.
failed by
-1 to 4.
-3.
Okay,
so
but
it's
not too
First
badly.
category.
It's
So
Yeah.
would could I like kind of like just like throw it kind of like maybe like onto his bed so I wouldn't notice until I'm out the door?
well, so he catches you trying to grab something off of his bed, off of his dresser.
What was it?
What was it? What were you trying to grab from his room?
Was it a pewter dragon figure?
Something like what?
Or was it another baseball card?
Oh yeah, to put on your bike. The spokes on your bike.
This is Mickey Mantle rookie card.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's,
like
it's worth like around 300.
old CD or disc or whatever.
Records at this time.
Yeah,
Cassettes.
Cassette.
Oh, that's true.
Sure.
That'd be small enough to like try and get into a pocket.
Sure.
Yeah.
You try and grab one of his cassette tapes.
His Madonna's whatever her recent album is on cassette.
That would have
His
been
EP for Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, and I actually did kind of like Pat Benatar.
Hey.
She was kind of a
Hey,
guilty
nothing-
pleasure.
Speaking of all this music, we're gonna take a really quick hot minute break here.
Hot minute break brought to you by
Hot minute break
Benatar.
brought to you by
Sam
Pat
the Record
Benatar,
Man.
Sam the Record Man, and Carly Rae Jepsen.
in
In
getting
KW?
tickets. Yeah, baby.
$30 a ticket. So
I will go.
I am forcing you to come with me.
I'm in.
So all right, back to the 1980s
Okay, so
when
Duran
when
Duran-
Carly Rae
Carly Rae
Jepsen was
Jepsen.
one.
Yeah.
You tried to grab a Madonna album. That would have been what, Like a Virgin, whatever
That
that
might have been.
album came on.
I think it might have been Material Girl, but
Sure.
I'll find it.
You grab his Madonna
No, it's
cassette
after
tape
that.
for some
It could be
reason.
actually the one that she got in trouble with the Pope over.
I feel like that would have been every album she released.
No. Like she specifically had like like G's and iconography.
Well, didn't
And
she
it-
like
and-
dress up as a nun at one point? Or is that am I?
No,
Like a Virgin was 1984.
like
Yeah,
Virgin,
sure.
no, then this would have been 86 or 88, the one I'm thinking
Sure.
of.
So you grab his cassette tape, and he catches you. That's what you tried to grab off of his thing.
Because Madonna's great to dance to. And
Yes.
that's what you wanted to do.
I just said I wanted to look at it to try to get an excuse.
I take him and I put him roughly against the wall enough to jostle him and make him realize I'm mad. And it's like, you want to take something of mine, you frickin' ask. You got it? You talk to me. You don't grab. Got it?
Okay.
Now what do
Genuinely
you say? Now what do you say?
Sorry?
That actually wasn't what I was looking for, but it's actually better. Okay, cool. If you want to take the tape, what do you say?
I'm going to leave right now.
Oh.
And I kind of like
It's like bringing me back.
I put him down on the floor.
Moonwalks out the door.
I just shake my head, slam the door, and I try it. I've got a hook and eye on it. Bang! Put it down so I can't just barge in.
I'm sure though, if like you just pushed on the door, the little hook would just come right out of.
Yeah.
Oh no! Like I'm talking about like where you go to the hardware store and you get the hook and the eye separate, and it's like totally mechanical. But you can get through it with a good credit card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best getaway.
I only have the bean doors on my, like the bead.
That's probably more of a 60s
you
and then
obviously lived in
also
the basement.
late 90s.
You know
I
what? Actually,
definitely
would have
did
would have
that.
stolen
I did too. I loved
was
it.
probably a comb to comb my hair. Maybe.
You went for the Madonna tape,
I don't know.
Which smart move. I mean, we,
which yeah,
yeah.
something
I don't even know
everyone
what
would have done.
Madonna is, so.
Your mom can show you.
She's
After.
still an active musician now.
Yep.
It's kind of
In
surprising
her
that you don't know who.
60s.
It's kind of surprising that you don't know who Madonna is, though.
That empty, eh?
Just make sure it's.
Okay.
Civic diversity tokens.
Yeah, because you failed.
Right.
You fail
That's,
at all.
that's fine. That's a good way to collect adversity tokens. Is to
Annoy your brother.
It's a win-win.
so.
Adversity tokens, success.
Anything else going
I-
on in the Prescott home?
I'm starting to get bored, Nancy.
All right.
Nancy.
I plot a new thing to annoy him.
All right.
You're working on your bike farm right outside his door.
So we'll see what's up with James.
Now, how many stories is our house? It's 2 stories, right?
I'm like greasing my bike
yeah,
like
it's a 2-story
right.
house. Well,
Would
it's
our
yeah,
bedrooms be on the ground floor or on the upper floor?
upper floor, and there would also be like a large attic space.
I know what I'm doing.
I open my window.
Uh-huh.
I have put hammered in nails so that I can hold onto my roof, go down, and drop. So it's only like around a 15-foot drop.
15-foot drop.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen 15 feet before?
Yeah, I used to do it as a kid.
But you're like hanging and then dropping 15, so like his feet aren't.
Right, so
Yeah.
so it's like a
Yeah.
10-foot drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's still a lot more feet than I want to drop.
no, I used to do it when I was 10.
I mean, yeah.
I was in an apartment building and I was around 8 foot off the ground. I'd hang and I'd drop 6 feet off the balcony.
Yeah, I mean, I used to GT off of rooftops. Specifically, not my parents. Mom, Dad, please don't listen to this. I'm sorry.
I mean, something could go wrong here, though. I mean, this might be like a grit roll, one of your better rolls.
Yeah.
All right, we will.
Just to not twist an ankle.
Uh,
Yeah, just make it's got to roll for that, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to do it because I want to get away from him. And, I've got the door locked so he can't pick it.
Or I cannot.
I'm gonna say you need to roll a 6
A 6 on grit?
on your grit.
Okay.
But isn't it planned and you have a 20 grit?
Yeah, he's got all kinds of ways out of this.
I've got 18, so I succeed wildly, so I
You
go
really-
down like a superhero landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a mega succeed.
Yeah, he succeeds with 12.
Yeah.
You get full narrative control over this.
Boom, my superhero
The
lands.
ground goes.
His door gets extra locked.
I actually rebound off the ground and
Yeah.
fly away.
It's like the Dragon
No,
Ball
no,
memes
I-
where it's like all the speed lines and then
Yeah, the concussion. But when I leave, I actually displace enough air that it becomes a partial vacuum and it sucks the door in even harder. There's no way that you can even get like a knife or something and knock the hook off the eye.
we'll see about that.
Him in full narrative control.
Yeah.
Right now,
We'll see about
like
that.
cause I'd be like still outside, and I like hear like something.
Part of narrative control. You land really cool and people see you and they're like, oh my goodness.
Only a Prescott.
That's a Prescott landing if I ever saw one.
The baseball team sees you and they poop their pants.
Still got it. You still got it.
The outfielders are there, and we were so wrong ever to try and hurt him.
So,
But anyways, I basically
Go
I've gotten
Raiders!
out. I've gotten out stealthily, and he doesn't realize it.
Is the music still on? Like
Yeah,
hiding your.
yeah. So, like I said, I put it back to the beginning of the tracks. So I've got like around 25 minutes before it starts going.
You're a Prescott though. You probably have the one that pulls it up.
Yeah, you get the auto.
But I didn't put a bunch of records on top to
Yeah.
drop. It's only the one because I don't want to scratch
probably
this vinyl, man.
probably to annoy
Not
him,
an
I'm
animal.
just gonna be like banging on the door, trying to, like barge in, not knowing it's locked. Then when I find out it's locked, I'm gonna beat up the door.
You really want to be? Remember what happened when you tried to beat up a tree?
Where are his parents?
The Prescott's are like in Hawaii.
I honestly feel that I've got very absentee parents. There's
There's
a lot
some
of
sort of grown up in the house though.
yeah, nanny,
Oh.
nanny type shit, and even then it's only part of the day.
The Prescott's
So
are on
I-
the oversight.
Try to barge in, but then
Now it's up to the DM. He could say this is while the nanny's there, and she's finally tired of the shit and goes up and cuffs him in the ear. Not
For example.
that I'm trying to take narrative control. or anything.
well,
Shoots
no.
him in the face. I'm tired of this.
Oh,
David
this-
died! Oh no!
They don't discover the body until tomorrow.
I did say that as a rule, you're responsible for your as part of like a team brewing world building that everyone is responsible for their own stack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So if your parents aren't around, then yes, you would also be between the two of you driving whatever nanny exists in the house.
Nanny's probably catching some Z's.
Sure.
Sleeping on duty.
Okay, so then
I-
I would say it's a perception check on her being woken up between.
I'm gonna say
She's out grocery shopping.
She's sleeping.
And
at
you're supposed to.
Amend the story. Amend the story.
how old are you again?
I'm 8.
So you're probably
And
not.
he's supposed to like be babysitting.
You're probably not very good at beating up doors.
Reinforced doors.
So you're gonna have to, on your grit, roll a 12.
Wow, that's forgiving.
What's your grit?
D4.
So you are terrible at grit.
Okay, so I hope you exploded once.
3.
So fail by 9.
Break your hand.
Oh, man.
So 1, you're not going through the door.
What does the door go through me?
Good question.
No. You do sort of like hurt yourself, obviously, even though it's probably like a hollow core door.
He sprains a finger.
These are Prescott's. It's probably solid mahogany.
I'm probably like,
No, it's
steel door.
actually ebony.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's ivory. It's actually.
It's both, like that song.
So as you run into the door,
It's when my,
it just
Oh,
goes
so
thud,
does
and
it
you
us
fall
then? Got the
down,
idea with
and
my
you
phone?
make like some whimpering noise because it hurt.
Bloody nose,
I
bloody
kinda
nose,
like-
bloody nose, bloody nose. That's what happened to me when I ran into a door. At a -9.
I kind of like bounce off, and then like the wall behind it, kind of like I like hit my head.
Okay.
Not concussion, but like headache.
All right.
Bonk.
And then at that point,
Goose egg in the back of
your
the head.
nanny hears you, is stirred awake
From the grocery store.
from the grocery store, comes upstairs, and tells you to stop roughhousing around. Roughhousing around. I think I need more coffee, or maybe I've had too much coffee. Not sure on that yet.
Yeah, it's a delicate line.
Common punishment. Go outside for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suggestion.
That's a good idea.
Leave your brother alone.
Leave him alone in his room. You go play outside and don't bother him.
So I'd go outside and
And you see the most magnificent Superman drop out of the window.
No.
Gonna
The
assume
question
James
is
is long
how
gone.
far have I gotten
Yeah.
away in the
Away.
interlude?
Yeah,
You've
you
gotten away.
no,
Yeah.
like so I
Was there,
look
like, is
to
this-
like try to see if I can like do something annoying from outside, and then I
Does
probably
he know
noticed.
about
Well,
the
he
nails?
what?
Does he know about the nails, and can you get up?
That's
From them.
that's
Is it
high.
too
Climb
high?
up 15.
I
That's
don't.
fair.
I don't think it would be an easy job for his height.
Even someone who's tall. That'd be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I've painted the nails the same color as the wood.
Clever.
And
As
they
the
only start
darkness
like
in
10
his
feet
heart.
up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say you end up going back to working on your bike.
Garage is technically outside.
Yeah. And then you can carry on. You can go somewhere. Your bike works
Yeah.
I mean,
mostly.
Somehow.
thanks to me.
It magically defies physics,
That's
but
true. You crushed that
whatever.
roll.
Yeah. I managed to
All the
change time
tinkering
and space for
he's
that
done
bike.
is like just aesthetic.
I will.
Angrily moonwalk back and forth.
I'm gonna get these rules right, damn it.
You're gonna reenact that whole Footloose scene when he's angry in the warehouse, just like
Glorious.
swinging on chains.
Listen, you can't moonwalk angrily, but
Punch dancing?
that's got to come from the soul.
I'm. Would I know how to make a jukebox?
No. No.
Make a
Nobody
what?
knows that. You don't know how to do that now.
What?
You
What was
make
he
a
trying-
Make a
jukebox.
jukebox.
No. If you want to go to the dump, though, that's something that you
Yeah.
can do.
Hop on your bike, go to the
Okay,
dump.
so
eh?
I'll go.
Somehow end up with everyone else, though.
Maybe
Somehow.
we can,
Hey,
we can
hey,
keep the party
hey.
split.
He's got to drive his character.
It's true.
So I'm gonna go.
You hear Lucas saying over the telekinetic.
And I'm still
That's
trying to
not
play
what-
Frogger, and you're like, come to the arcade. I'm in the arcade. Leave me alone.
We don't have that power up.
Use the arcade. I will. Thing is, David doesn't like video games. He only likes TV. And he thinks video games are just a waste of time.
All right.
I hear you.
That's all.
Where
Unlike
Wrong crowd.
TV is valuable.
All right.
So I'm going to
What's wrong with
try to
today's youth?
find maybe something that I could like. Maybe on the back of my bike I could like hook up and then like turn some music on when I'm just riding. So, yeah.
Boombox and some,
Like a
some-
battery radio.
yeah,
All right.
boombox.
Yeah, like
Just one of
kind of
those
like a radio.
Little radio.
Yeah,
And
I mean, like
some
it's-
bungee cords.
Yeah.
On the back of the bike.
Well,
So-
he's basically got the generator for a light, but he's got it tied into.
He's Data from Goonies. Just by pedaling, he's generating the power.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you first of all, you're gonna have to go
My
to the.
brains is 10.
Completely average.
No, it's above average.
Very.
So you're gonna have to go to the dump.
Above
I thought
average.
8 was average.
8 is slightly
8
below.
is slightly below average.
So
10
9
is
would
above
be
average. So 9 is
Okay,
average.
If a D9 was a thing.
So you're gonna go to the dump, which is just more of like a junkyard. It's like if Value Village was more of a hoarder's den. A really large
And you
hoarder's
don't
den.
have to buy stuff. You just
That's what they
Well,
stuff.
There's probably like a donation center where you can buy some things, but then there's also like they deal with taking down all the it's not a dump facility like our dump. It's a scrapyard.
So would I have to pay money to get the stuff?
Prescott.
They would.
Maybe.
Do you
Depends
pay,
on
like,
the
you
stuff.
pay-
If you're going in for like auto parts and shit like that, they make you pay.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Or
Big
would
time.
the scrapyard owner be like, "Oh, you go on in, David. He takes like
Well,
$5
yeah,
worth of scrap metal at a
charm,
time."
charm.
Yeah, maybe you charm him in.
Because scrapyards are considered a source of revenue.
Would I have to
Mhm.
roll for the charm?
Yes.
Yes.
Charm is your good one, though, right?
Can you do it on the table though? Because you're.
So what do I have to get?
You can roll it on mine.
I'm gonna say you need a 12
Okay. I was like
on a 20. Your charm is 20, right?
20 plus 1. 20.
Yep, 8.
19. What?
Yeah.
It's 19.
No,
Right.
you
So you
succeed by
You
8.
succeed by 8.
succeeded.
Oh.
Yeah.
By 8.
Which
Okay.
I believe you take narrative control.
So
So-
what happens?
He's allowed to vet it, but
So
Yeah.
what happens, David?
Yeah.
Tell us what happens.
Probably he like. I
So
tell him,
so you're chatting with Bob,
You
Who-
show him your sweet
who
moonwalk.
runs the Junkers.
and I'm usually now use my dances to tell him. I found that that's a really good strategy.
Checks out.
So we start like dancing, and then
Oh man,
He,
I already
like,
had to
gives me,
drop
like-
in you dancing in the previous episode. I'm not gonna do it again.
Okay, so
and then
Bob
he
says,
like, gives me probably.
"Hey
a
Dave, what you
couple-
looking for today?" Sorry, it's more like, "Hey Dave, what you looking for today?"
Keith,
Somebody-
Keith's
some-
not
some-
here. Read him over.
pack and a half day smoker.
Hey Dave, how you doing?
Okay, that's unsettling. Let's do
He's
the
a
first
nightmare.
One.
He's a nightmare character.
I like the first one more.
He's.
Oh, but Daryl, you can put in dancing machine.
I don't want to put in anything. It's more work.
Dancing machine.
So I
Hey Dave, what you up to today?
maybe getting some stuff for my bike.
How's it coming along?
Pretty good.
See for yourself. I ride it. It is here.
What kind of sweet upgrades are you looking to duct tape to it now?
I was thinking of maybe having some nice music. And maybe some lights. Just to
Well,
add
we
the lights
might
in.
have to look around for the lights, but we just got in some pretty sweet portable radios that we could probably hook up to your
Yeah,
bike.
that sounds nice. Thanks, Bob or Dave?
You're Dave.
You're Dave. You're Dave. Sorry, you're David.
David.
Okay, and then so away you go with Bob, and he's gonna bungee cord a sweet little brawn radio to your bike.
Play school tape recorder.
It's probably got like a top loader.
Yep.
You have to get the one with the microphone.
No, hard no.
No.
So David can make siren noises. Wee-oo, wee-oo.
Does it have Samba 1 through 4 pre-programmed into it though? Just buttons.
Yeah, right. And Bob's gonna help you. Instead of it being a battery-powered thing, it's gonna run off of a tiny little generator off of your pedals. So as you slow down, like if you had a tape in there, the tape would slow down.
Yeah, if you don't keep
So
going
it
the
only
same
powers
speed.
it doesn't like charge it.
Correct.
No, yeah. It's a generator. It's not a
But that's
battery.
still really cool.
So mainly
Yeah,
you
it's
would
amazing.
want to use the radio feature.
Can you overdrive it if he goes too fast? Does it speed it up?
I think
Is
there
there like
should
an
just
exact
be max
speed
and
he has to do to it?
Right.
It's going
Uh,
too slow.
No, that's not how electronics works.
Lucas doesn't know that. He
Lucas.
thinks you have to lift arcade cabinets to make them go.
Okay, so you're gonna be at the bike shop for the next, or the bike shop, the junkyard for the next
Bob's
little bit.
junkyard.
Doing
and
some
Bob's
junking.
Me and Bob are
Bonding.
just great pals.
And then we are going to
Bob Dobbs.
hop back to James, who has just like power dropped magnificently from his bedroom window and is now going somewhere.
Alright, I'm going to go 50-50. There's got to be a place in town that I'm picking up my records from. Like, I don't know if it's indie or if it's like an HMV that'll do order in. Or, no, it wouldn't be the Record Peddler. That was Toronto only. Sam was kind of cross-country. I don't know if he'd be up there.
There is probably, let's say, what used to be the what I originally created as the Fish and Tackle and then renamed to the General Store.
There's still this fish and tackle online.
Yeah, no, because I haven't given you guys new maps. So the General Store, which is owned by Nuri, she is a mid-30s, covered in tattoos type of person. Her niece is in the AV club, and she is constantly like feeding them their imaginations. Maybe she's the one that does those cool book covers, or maybe not.
I just think of them as a mythical race at this point. They're like
Right.
The AV Club.
Her father, who used to be
Maybe
the
they're
former
Freemasons.
proprietor of the General Store,
Yeah.
is retired, but he's or semi-retired. He works at like the tool counter and will help kids sharpen their skates and
That type of stuff.
probably helps
chainsaw blades.
Zach
With his
sharpen
mower.
his mower.
He wouldn't let me sharpen it on my own.
Correct.
The 80s, he might.
Well, no. He knows Zach. He wouldn't let Zach.
So yeah, Nuri is one of the probably few people in Owl Station who has very visible traditional Inuit tattoos, because that would not have been popular at the time.
Okay.
That has not been popular until like very recently in like 2018 when they were sort of started doing traditional tattoos again.
Would I?
So she would probably get stuff from like maybe a Radio Shack or a Sam the Record Man in like Yellowknife for you.
Yeah. Okay. Would I have a crush on her?
That's up to you.
That's not up to me.
I already do. So
I mean,
just get in
yeah,
line, buddy.
she's a she's
Hey, you've already got Zeke's mom.
she's older and is into tattoos, so
Probably.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I think
there are a lot of times when you're like that 14, your crushes sometimes don't quite make sense.
well, I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna do a 50-50. 1 to 3, I'm crushing. 4 to 6, I just respect her. I respect her, and I'm doing the same with that. 1 to 3, I go to building number 4. 4 to 6, I go to the record shop, the general store. I'm off to the general store. Okay.
A lot of those 4s and 6s, like.
all right. So
Yep.
you end up in the record store.
Yep.
I'm gonna say the
Got on my
record
bike.
or the general store is going to be.
I thought it was assigned a spot.
You thought it was what?
I thought it was assigned a spot.
No, it wasn't, because it used to be the Fish and Tackle,
Okay.
which then became Jen's Fish and Tackle.
It's called Jen's Fish and Tackle.
Everybody wondered, who the hell is Jen?
No, it's clearly Millie's mom.
The progenitor of the AV Club.
the general store is probably gonna be located at the corners of lowercase what is this one? How did I is at lowercase o and uppercase C.
Okay, so it's a pretty.
So
it's
it's
a fair bike
What?
ride.
It's right at the bottom of the strip.
Okay, O and C.
Northwest corner.
O and C.
Right here.
Is that?
I'm
where
thinking
there's
it's
a
Yeah,
I'm
southwest.
JJ.
Which
Southwest.
corner of
Is that-
the?
Oh, which
parking
Set
lot?
at the bottom, so I'm thinking it's southwest.
It's southwest corner.
Now is it in the? It's in the yellow section.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's no, it's gonna be just on the other side of the
Okay,
street.
so it's in the white just above P.
Hang on, it's
southeast.
right here.
Well, if I put my glasses on, I might be able to
See?
figure that out.
So
It's the southwest corner
okay,
of
so
O
it
and
is
Oh.
the
O
yellow,
and
or-
C.
Okay, so yeah, all right. And I'm coming from our place, which is like I and uppercase I and lowercase K. So that's going
Corner
to
of
take
J
a while.
and J.
Where I could have
Around there.
my bike place.
I thought I was on that side
Yeah,
of the
you-
square.
Just in general. It's
Okay.
J.
So I'm biking from there, so that's going to take probably 15 minutes.
Let's go 1 kilometer.
Oh, I keep getting the scale of this place.
It's
mixed up
also-
because of the blocks.
It's also you were walking.
Oh,
You jumped out of your window and
and
Yeah.
I didn't go to the garage. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm hoofing it.
So that
So, in that case, it's probably half an hour? No.
Kilometer, you'd be like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Call
Not
it,
even.
call it 15 because, of course, I'm slouching and sauntering.
You're not strutting after that
No,
landing.
no.
Yeah.
But he can't get around the fact that he
Hearing
has
the disco music in your mind? Does it just like...
It'd be like walking from here
super
down
long
to the,
legs,
to
though,
the,
so
the
he's-
Guelph Animal Hospital, so it's probably like a
Yeah.
20-minute walk. Maybe less, 15-minute walk.
Okay.
I'm not
So,
going anywhere. I just have to give him the keys. So
Sure.
I'm just waiting to... I don't want to come
You're
in
the
and
knock.
out.
You're waiting for what?
Amy's just going to be outside the door in a little bit. So.
Right.
Don't mind me.
and then outside the window.
Yeah, exactly. Just bullying down. Give me the keys.
so I get there.
Well, it'd probably be up because from.
No, she goes to the roof first.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to.
More fun
That's
that
the only
way.
way to repel.
Yeah, you can't rappel up.
You have to climb.
Yeah, you can like get a rope and then just like.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's
I want a grit roll for that.
that.
Right.
Okay, so I come in. I look at Ursi.
Nuri, N-U-R-I.
Okay, I look at Nuri and it's kind of like a nod in my head. Hey, how's it going?
No.
Good.
No.
How are you?
It's all right. You know,
Voice
little
answer.
brothers.
How are you?
Now I'm glad that I'm only respecting her.
We played Dread, and Keith did the GMing, and for some reason he decided to throw a Grover voice
Yeah.
for one of the
He
characters.
didn't. Yeah.
So we've been making fun of him for it ever since. That was his only voice.
Poor guy.
So now all characters are Grover. Or Cookie Monster. Me want records, please. We've got the new Madonna. Just put that on the rack. Stuck in some new Duran Durans. If you want to take a look at those.
All your favorites.
I look around the shop. Is there anybody I know?
And so you see that just like light coming off the Pat Benatar album, Love is a Battlefield.
No.
He wants to know if he's being watched.
I'm not gonna perception check you.
Okay.
That's like my most hated D&D.
But
Mechanic
there's probably
ever.
no one you know in there.
You're there. This is like Wednesday morning, so
Okay, yeah.
all the adults are gone. The baseball team is probably like doing practice or something.
Yeah.
Because I would be there.
Oh right. Then they're doing whatever.
Well, we know the baseball team's not busy because they saw James drop out of his window and they were super impressed by it.
Right.
No, maybe the field's really close.
Oh, they
Maybe
yeah.
the,
They're like,
field
is that
there.
James dropping out of a window?
Wow, what a landing!
Why did we ever get that guy off the team? Oh, he left. Oh, that's right. We were so fools.
Yeah. The
so
store's
the-
currently devoid of patrons.
I quickly grab the 2 albums, take them over.
Ding, 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 ding. Hey, Andrew, I need you to change some of these cash into to quarters. I ran out of the Frogger machine. Hey, James, you picking up some Pat Benatar?
That's quite a hike. He ran like half a kilometer for.
Yeah. He sensed a disturbance.
2 blocks away, man. She's my closest relative.
You would not take off out of the... You have said how specifically lazy you are.
Also, I was trying to get away from Lucas.
Yeah, but you can do that just by going up
And
to
Lucas
the
actually has you on
counter.
his shoulders, and he was huffing it
Doing some cardio.
I do got to do leg day.
down.
Well, I mean,
Cardio.
it is only a couple of blocks. I think I would like if I did run out of. I'm trying to get him over to where our group is. So if I.
He can get there on his own.
I don't know.
Crit check.
Yeah. Anyways, so basically I'm like...
I
get
back
two
out.
of
I
those-
was never here.
I get the 2 records over to her right away, and I'm like, okay, cash them, put them in a bag. I'm going to look for some other stuff, too. Cool. Thank you. Then I go over and I start looking through the imports, if they actually have an imports.
I mean,
do
they would
for
all be
James Prescott
imported
III.
from Yellowknife. Their stock would generally be probably the more popular
I feel like
Yeah.
you would have a
stuff, unless
small
unless
section
you've asked.
specifically for him.
Yeah, but that's
maybe.
me. I think
The Prescott
she's
selection.
used. I think she's used to me doing special orders, but she knows enough to know that it's very likely the only copy she ever needs to bring in.
Yeah. So
Right, like,
it's
she's
the
a
kind of
smart
thing where
businesswoman.
because she also would know every piece of music he's purchased, which is probably dangerous for you. But she would also know, and she knows your purchasing schedule. So when you come in, she's probably like, "Oh, I picked up, the new
The Fall,
the whatever
Nick
album."
Cave, whatever.
Yeah.
New Nick Cage album. Sorry.
Nick Cave
I don't know who that is.
and the Bad Seeds.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Murder
see.
ballads.
We got Prince's soundtrack.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you already have that one. You were listening to
Yeah. No.
But in vinyl.
No.
It's like a purple
It would.
record.
She'd bring it in vinyl for me first.
Yeah. So, but yes, some albums she brings in knowing that you'd want them
Or I
before
trust
you
enough.
ask them.
Yeah,
Before you ask her, but
I trust her taste enough because she's proven over the years, like she's got an idea of what I like and what works. I'd be like, have you heard anything about whether or not Killing Joke's got another one coming out soon?
I can't roleplay that side. I have no idea.
Okay.
It was mad.
You might have to
wicked.
roleplay both parts of this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I've not heard.
I was one, so I was not listening to music at the time.
Okay.
I didn't know Batman did. Never
You
mind.
weren't even listening to Lullabies?
Mad
You know
Sesame
what?
Street albums.
Yeah.
Keep an ie out. I think there's a bootleg
They're
copy of
rock
Iggy.
lullabies.
Of Iggy, when he was,
We
when Bowie was doing the keyboards for him on his 80 tour.
Poor Keith.
So if you could find that, preferably Dresden. I heard
that.
that really is good.
Well, I'm going down to Yellowknife in the next few weeks, and I will keep a lookout for that and see if
I'm
I can
sorry.
source that one for you.
Cool.
It will probably be pretty expensive because it's.
Yeah, it's okay. We can get that.
It may be the only one that I can get the money to put together, but
$4.50.
you know what? I'm good for it.
You know, they do
If
some-
it's the only one I buy for the rest of the month,
kinda.
That's cool. Like,
so
I respect that.
okay. So I grabbed the records, and I'm like,
Wait. Which records did you buy?
I bought Duran Duran's latest and Madonna's latest. I did not find anything else that I know. Actually, I've started listening to on the radio because it's starting to play on the radio in '84. Some Talking Heads. So I pick up a copy of Remain in Light.
All right. Very critical to the story, but
Add those to your backpack.
yeah, you'd have those in your backpack.
Yep.
Now your three.
And
records.
I make sure that I sandwich them in between other stuff. So if anything
like
happens,
double bagged.
there's a good chance everything else will cushion it and they don't break or warp.
I think we need an encumbrance check.
3 vinyl.
Encumbrance check for your ego.
Okay. All right.
And then from there I start heading up and I'm like, you know what? Day's a drag, might as well waste some quarters. So I start walking up towards the building number 4.
Okay. We'll jump back into the building. There's probably been like 30 minutes of.
It's 30 minutes since he told us that man abducted Zeke.
Yes. So you've been playing Frogger you've been.
So you were just like,
You've been standing in front of the
interesting,
Frogger
and then went
machine.
back to playing.
Yeah.
playing pinball.
We wouldn't have pursued that
It's
more as a
amazing.
concept. So while I'm playing, it's like, so what do you want to do about that, Lucas? I make sure I say Lucas with a little bit of malice.
I think we should follow him
He's not going anywhere.
when he goes somewhere. He can't stay here all day.
You get right on
I will do it by myself.
that. What do you hope to find out?
Where he lives.
We know
You know where the
we could probably find out. Do you mean the mayor or the other guy?
The quack doctor.
Do I know the quack doctor?
No.
He's completely
Would you
unknown
want
to me.
Gabe was the only person, or sorry, Lucas was the only person that
Yeah.
in the current group that saw
Does
Lucas and Zeke's parents.
Is he dressed similarly to the guy who shook me down?
Yes.
Am I suspicious of that? Probably.
I don't know. Are you?
So
Could
listen here, Lucas. You and I don't see eye to eye because you are 4 inches taller than me. But that man looks very similar to a man who gave me trouble at the hospital too.
Told you.
Also about our man Zeke.
Mhm.
So this may be one of those things where I tolerate your presence out of necessity.
Millie, did you bring your crossbow?
It's not my crossbow.
She has a slingshot. A, it's a compound bow. B,
Yeah.
it's not hers.
Was the at the end of the last session, the security guard, was that a hospital security guard or was that one of the MIDs?
It was one of the spooks
Okay.
that you were trying to
Yes.
yes. Yeah,
I
you were.
couldn't remember
you
because I had
were-
written down security, but it was not security.
It was not
spook.
security. It was.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
that it was spooks.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, being a 12-year-old or however old you are, 14-year-old, you're probably not intellectually capable enough to distinguish the difference between.
I mean, if he's wearing like a suit, like a G-man, I can tell the difference.
Yeah, that's not a
between-
hospital staff person.
Yeah, you can tell the difference between that and like a schlub and a.
They are medical professionals, Jen. Do not call them schlubs.
Are they?
Security
Lucas
guard.
says.
Security guard.
This is me
He's
out
a
of
mook.
character.
He's a mook.
Lucas comes out of the game and is like, really?
The security guards are mooks.
Uh,
MIB are not mooks.
right, you can tell the difference between a dude that wears a suit that probably costs the equivalent of the mall cop's
Well, they don't
annual
wear
salary.
ties. It's all about the tie.
What would you need to roll to be able to tell the two apart?
No, you can tell the two apart.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Do you have your slingshot?
I don't know how that's relevant right now.
I saw you're pretty deadly with it, so.
Yeah, you killed Zeke. Where is he?
No, she does not have the slingshot. She is probably you were probably like deeply
Terrified to carry it.
maybe not deeply upset, but you are probably
No, it was he just got in the way of my shot.
You mean my shot?
I take out my hunting, what's it called, slingshot that I give to her. You know, the one's got like the
Yeah.
cross arm on it, you know.
Yes.
Why do you have that?
No? My dad's always giving me stuff. He's trying to buy my love with
Alright, so I got a new slingshot. Mine was a nice because it's also hunting slingshot because her dad.
Okay.
takes her
Okay, good.
hunting.
So you look down at my slingshot, you're like, dude.
This is last year's model. Sorry.
I'm not gonna use this garbage slingshot.
This is so retro.
Yeah.
This is a retro slingshot. No, she looks at it and goes, I can work with this.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't know where I'm keeping it on my body. No.
nope. It's only been 2 days
Oh.
since you shot your friend
To death.
in the back of the head. So
We
you're probably
walked front.
just have left it at home, like
Or maybe
you're not
Millie-
worried about
Millie's
it, but you're like, I
dad-
should probably like
Millie's
not get in
dad
trouble.
didn't believe Millie when she said it wasn't
Sure.
her.
Yeah.
And so he confiscated it anyway.
Right. It's kind of like you've been grounded for.
Yeah.
You've been
that's
grounded
the version.
from.
Even though the official story is that I did it.
Yeah. But
I've
Millie's
been-
Well,
dad
Millie's
knows
dad
her.
probably.
I've been grounded from the house, so I.
Yeah, you've been like opposite grounded.
Millie's dad is like,
80s
I know
grounded.
what a slingshot beam to the back of the head looks
I know
like.
how
and,
poor a shot Zach is.
Fair.
yeah,
Okay, so,
so-
her slingshot has been.
You are.
So I pull out my AK-47 from a. Sorry, what?
Hey, this is Canada.
It's at this point that James busts in wearing all black and like strings of guns, and he's like, "I'll be back" or whatever. I don't know.
No. I come in, and in plays spaghetti western music.
David, you got your bike making music.
Chewing on a little cigarette.
No, the
You mean a Popeye cigarette?
Popeye cigarette.
I like to think they're cigarillos. I dip them in chocolate.
Yeah. It gives them a more authentic quality.
You actually do come in though?
Mm-hmm. I'd say that you guys have dicked around enough. I can claim it's the time to walk from Nuri's up to there.
I
Save. Let's go. Good save.
I say, "Oh hey everybody, look, it's James," and then I go back to in the arcade.
I walk over, take my porter out, and put it on.
Is this still my turn? I'm assuming him and I have been going back and forth
Yeah,
at this
of course.
point.
Who's winning?
Now, the question I have is, I want to
Gonna
see
pick
who's
you
going to
off.
be the best out of the three of us.
I think it's time. A little
A
montage.
A little,
Frogger
a little
montage.
Frogger mini game.
Oh dear.
Hang on.
Do I get a bonus for actually having a video game console at home in game?
Do I get a bonus for having a replica arcade
Like,
joystick downstairs?
I got an SNES.
I don't have an SNES. I have an Atari because we haven't gotten the Nintendo's.
Is it a 2600 or a 5200?
It's a 2600, of course.
I just was trying to give you maybe some luck that you got the upgrade.
5200 was not an upgrade.
Yeah, it was a better machine.
All
Had-
dressed is
had
pretty
more
good.
to it.
I think
Yeah. Stay with the classics.
Keith was correct.
What?
Keith was not
dressed.
correct.
All dressed pretty delicious.
They are delicious,
Oh,
but
ketchup
they are
goes with
not
that.
as good as they come a distant second.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Two.
Ketchup.
Lay's ketchup.
No.
It,
No.
it's
No.
Barbecue.
You
Or
sir
no.
are wrong.
You, sir, are out of the game.
That
James
sounds
falls
like-
down and cracks his head open.
Sir, the best chip is a Ripple chip with a homemade sour cream barbecue with some chili powder dip.
That sounds very pretentious. I like it.
The
That's
best
I like,
chip.
it.
I like the first part of that.
Okay.
The best chip is a poker chip.
Yeah. Blackjack.
You're all gonna roll on your fight.
Fight. Ha Plus
Oh,
one.
yeah, I'm not in this.
Oh, why on our fight?
Because
This
it's
is
a
a battle,
competitive.
man.
My test anxiety is gonna get the better of me.
I feel like it should be grit. Because grit is like how.
I'm not going to argue if you
practiced
go
you are.
grit, but I'm happy with fight.
I think it should be brawn
because
because like
if I jump
that's
in,
how good
No.
I'm at
that's an
Frogger.
advantage.
It's
Well,
a
Lucas, if it's brawn, you're just going to go. Rip
All
it
right.
through.
Well, actually, here's what we're gonna do. You three are gonna role play,
And decide.
and which will end up deciding which stat I should be using here.
Obviously, this is competitive.
This is super competitive.
So
You-
fight should be the stat because it's about how much you can battle, win, drive, and push through
We're not
until
actually
you're the
battling-
victor.
We're not
But
actually battling
Lucas
each other
has
though.
already
We're all...
realized how distractible Zach is. just breathe on
Shiny
it.
thing.
I mean, I can play this however we want, but I think I would probably use, because I've played Frogger so many times. It's all down to, for me, it's all down to muscle memory and like reaction time to what's happening on screen. So I would probably use flight because it is my D20.
It's unquestionably brawn because
I play so long. You know, I'm getting dangerously close to kill screens when I play these
That
games.
sounds like grit instead
There's
of
there's sweat. There's coming. No, man, you need to dig deep. It's not about just surviving. It's about pushing through.
You've heard our arguments.
I have a
I'll roll
question.
whatever.
What song is playing during the montage of this?
This is definitely
Da-
a song
David
from
comes by.
Footloose.
This
I
is
am
where
a
David comes
tiger.
by and he's like he puts on Careless
and it's
Whisper.
We can just hear
No.
it. We can hear it like speeding up and slowing down in the distance as up on the bike saying do 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 do.
Goes fast, realizes everyone's inside, backs up.
No, I
This-
say the song is cross-eyed and painless.
no.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What are we rolling?
That is David.
It's a showdown going downtown.
Hold out for a hero.
Just makes me think of Shrek.
Some
Would I
Bonnie
also
Tyler.
have been able
Oh,
to
God.
bargain for
Well,
like,
what are we doing?
wagon to like hook up to the back of my bike?
No,
So I
Hang
could
on.
Just be like, just
All three of you
Mm-hmm.
have to roll a 16
Mhm.
on your grit.
Grit.
Ah,
Well, that's not going to happen.
You can get explodes.
You can explode. You can use your adversity tokens.
Hey.
You have a D20? Oh.
Yeah. He's the grittiest.
Oh, you are literally one away.
I need to explode twice on my D8. That is a 7.
And I use one adversity token to get to 16.
All right, so you roll a 16.
5.
5.
7.
So you're best. You're second best. You're third best.
but none of you are as good as the AV Club.
Yeah, but correct.
Okay, so I need pencil.
So, cracking under pressure
Can I
as
borrow
I
your
do.
pencil again, please?
Yeah,
That's how you have the eraser.
because Lucas was breathing on you.
What are the things you were saying at me while I was doing this, Lucas, that caused
Thank
me
you.
to fail?
No, you didn't fail. I was just better.
I failed.
So Lucas was just taunting you by standing right beside you, real close.
Just
Yep.
breathing
And
literally
breathing through
breathing
his
down your
nose,
neck.
and he's slightly congested.
But then you're also like, he probably smells real bad because he's been eating nothing but like boiled chicken.
Yeah, he's got those weird meat sweats that you get when you eat nothing but protein.
Sweats and like oil.
Yeah, oh definitely. Yeah, canola oil that I like to keep myself, my tanning oil.
And you're like, this is after you have already lost. So you're like, you can do it, bro. You got this. You're actually trying to encourage me, but I'm like, just get away.
Yes.
And then you're like festive, like get away.
You got this, bro. You got this. I know.
I'm all about. It's all about.
And I was like,
Come on, visualize, make it happen.
I can feel your breath.
It's like this cold, meaty palm on my
It was
back.
going in one ear and coming out the other,
No, I think
and
he
messing
was
up
opposite.
everything in the middle.
That's true. That's fair.
All right,
Slight misuse.
yeah, I'm
of
looking a
metaphor,
little
but it
cocky.
works.
All right. Now you guys know how you're standing when it comes to Frogger.
We do.
I go and unplug the machine. No, I don't do that.
Wait, what? The AV club came?
If I unplug the machine, the AV Club will appear.
And you will disappear.
I will, yeah.
Time to roll up a new character.
Oh, no.
My next character is gonna be
Who?
My next character is going to be Zeke. No. There's two of us now. Twice the great fun.
Zeke and Zach.
Zach will not tolerate that.
It's like no.
Boy, two of
You're
this
like
guy.
Trevor
Okay.
now.
Oh, it's just like Ed, and
No,
Eddie.
Zeke, Zach, and Zoc.
Xander. That's the next.
Zuck.
No. Hard no.
Oh.
Derek has some-
He spent a summer on exchange program up in Yellowknife.
Hi everybody, I'm here with my computers and I want to help you all be better.
Have you ever thought of a connected network of friends?
Get out of here, Zuck. You're crazy. Go hang out with Zeke.
Okay, so you guys are being dorks for reasons.
Yeah, like our friend Zeke is missing.
I'm trying to blank out the pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, escapism,
Distract
okay?
myself.
And Millie, meanwhile, is just like being super bored in the background. Like, hey guys, maybe we should go.
Not now, Millie.
Maybe we should check on Zeke again. see
Millie,
if he's
Millie.
home yet.
This is a competition. It's serious. Come on.
Maybe
Give us some
Millie
time.
Unplugs. Millie unplugs it. I just tried and go back to like whacking things.
You got like. Do we need to go to an arcade after this game? Is that what everyone is suggesting
I think
right
yeah,
now?
like sort of makes sense. We gotta go to that pin place in Waterloo.
There's a lot
Get
of
some
our,
arcade out of our system.
They've got an arcade at the bowling alley on Woodlawn now.
Do they really?
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah. It's
since
not
last
great,
summer,
but it's okay.
I may or may not have joysticks downstairs, arcade joysticks with lots of arcade games.
I don't understand.
I will
the-
100% go to the bowling alley on Woodlawn if we can. How's the food there?
I
Yeah.
We get food in the surrounding area and eat in the parking
Yeah.
lot.
And there's McDonald's in the
and
freestanding.
then Shoeless Joe's.
Not
No.
in that mall.
Not
There's
I
the
always
Kelsey's
confuse-
further down.
I confuse
There's the Kelsey's
Shoeless Joe's
further
and
down.
Krabby Joe's.
I'd rather eat
Krabby
bowling
Joe's.
alley
Krabby
food
Joe's
than go to
down at
Kelsey's.
Amazon.
I'd rather eat bowling shoes. So after I lose to James,
Then McDonald's. Not
Uh,
sponsored by McDonald's.
Or Kelsey's. Fuck Kelsey's.
Ouch.
The
That's harsh.
opinions of our DM do not reflect the opinions
I
of
like
kids on bikes.
Kelsey's is a good place.
I'm gonna have to make you roll for that.
This is how David dies.
Yeah.
We
That's
went
gonna be
to
a 30.
Kelsey's, was their grand reopening, and we got free wings. So
Fair enough.
So
they were not
I,
good wings.
after I
Die
lose,
for
I
the
will be
third.
talking to
Okay.
Millie again and be like, "Who are you talking about?"
No, seriously, is it established that do we know whether we haven't seen Zeke, but do
Correct.
we know whether he is at home,
He's
not
not.
being seen?
His parents do not know where he
Oh,
is
okay.
So his parents,
Alright.
he is missing,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
well,
necessarily
that's-
missing.
but his
Yeah.
his
He is
parents are not
secretly
telling us
helping
where he is,
me
but he's
with
not
They
there.
can't talk about it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're
but they
they're
haven't
legally not
gone-
allowed to talk about
So
it.
they haven't gone
Talk
to the
about
police
what?
or anything.
Correct.
Zeke.
So the only people
Because
who
they-
notice that he's gone would be us.
Yeah.
Who are
Yeah, because
legally not allowed
remember
to
his
talk
parents
Zeke's
signed an
parents.
NDA,
Why?
which means they can't say
Yeah.
anything about
Because
anything.
the spooky
But I want to follow.
But
psychologists
to be
do.
fair, only the dad signed it.
No, the
Yeah,
mom-
because he's a bit of a pushover.
Or did the mom sign it as well?
Probably.
I think the bums both signed.
I think all you need is one parent to sign it.
Mm.
Also that. It was
Um,
the 80s. Correct.
Okay.
Zeke has
Yeah.
not come home from the hospital. That's about
That's the
storm
official
the
story.
hospital.
that's the official story.
But you know, he's not in the hospital, or he wasn't with
Well, he
his clothes.
wasn't. That
He was not
that one
in. He was
room.
not in the hospital
We didn't check every single room. in the
waiting
hospital.
room thing or the whatever those.
But I mean, you did have the vision, and he vanished from the vision.
Mhm.
So I mean, you can. I can't infirm because I do not know that. You haven't told me, and
I think he teleported.
Okay, are you making
Yeah.
this a subject of conversation?
Wait, your character thinks
Yeah.
you teleported, or you think you teleported?
Character, Millie.
And are you going to share? Are you sharing this with us
Well,
right now?
I shared it earlier when James wasn't here yet. I don't.
With
I don't
With
think
you
you
guys,
mentioned
didn't
anything
I?
about
No, I think-
teleporting.
I didn't.
No.
Oh, maybe it was just during my Dear Diary thing.
Yeah.
I
If you mention it, I am absolutely astonished that you even know what teleportation is.
don't know. Well,
Because you don't read comic books or anything like that. Your
Star
character.
Trek. He
Your
was
cha-
beamed up, like in Star
Okay,
Trek.
I'll go with the Star Trek reference.
Yeah.
That's
You
valid.
got it. There you go.
Remember, only James T. Kirk.
Mm.
Picard does not hit the scene yet.
Oh yeah. No.
Picard
No,
has-
90s,
not
90s,
in 84.
90s,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like 87 wasn't it launched.
Yeah.
It had like
Yeah, but
You're like-
it was still in heavy rotation on syndication.
yes, but only
But only
James T. Kirk
TOS.
and a few of the movies.
I think it was only the first film by then.
Asking him not to crunch so loud.
They actually use his mouth as a muffle instead of an echo chamber.
You have to suck on the chips until they're all soggy, and then you can eat them.
No.
Okay, so are you gonna?
Yeah, are you gonna spill the beans about what you saw
Are you gonna?
to the group?
There. When's the last time that you went to Zeke's house to see if he's back yet?
Today,
Today.
I
You
probably
went?
would have been there today
Okay.
before I came
Yeah,
down.
I'm going every day.
Okay.
You're just knocking on random doors because you don't actually know which one is his house.
You know, I've been hanging out with
No,
his
didn't
family.
they go?
I know.
You guys went to Zeke's house.
Yeah,
No.
there's a
you
creepy
two.
subplot with him and his mother.
No, you guys are adding the subplot. There's no romantic interest here.
Lucas loves only two people: Lucas and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Fact.
Okay.
So I think we should go check the hospital, see if we can.
I
It's
probably
been
also
long
check the
enough.
hospital
Maybe
because
a
it's
good
right there.
idea is
been
to
long
go
enough.
get David.
David's here. I thought he showed up with his bike and his music.
David's over at the
He
Junkers.
just went.
Oh.
"Woo,"
He
past
went
the door.
past.
I was just like having a spin, and then I would go back for.
I probably, when I went to see Zeke this morning, I probably would have gone to the hospital as well to see if they were
Because
letting
it's
people.
kind of on the way.
Yeah, and because the story they'll give is like he's not seeing patients or something like that. He's not able to
Yeah,
see
because
patients.
you wouldn't be able to get. You'd get to the front desk and
Yeah.
they'd be like, "You're not family."
Hard block.
You are that kid who tried to run through that
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, and your nose is. You still got like a bit of a bruise across your
Yeah.
face.
You know what? You seem to get along with his mom. Maybe if we drag her down and get to ask to see Zeke.
She's in pretty rough shape right now. She's in day 2 of a pretty serious cleanse. She seems to be taking it pretty hard.
Is that what you call drinking?
Well, drinking green smoothies to heal her body. It seems to affect her in a way it doesn't affect me. I don't quite understand it.
Okay, we'll just leave
She's,
it at that.
she's putting supplements in there. She's supplementing with gin.
Going through withdrawals.
No. All right. Now,
You'd be okay.
I'll live.
What are you allergic to?
Cats, rabbits, life,
The pollen in the air.
Being
everything.
recorded.
Yeah.
spring, summer,
no,
happiness.
I used to be that bad.
Children's.
My childhood, going to
Children's,
the doctor
grown-ups, contemporaries.
every day for like a year to get it out.
Bless you. So, I mean, it is kind of odd that they have not visited the hospital in the last couple of days.
No, I mean,
I think that's
don't
the
know.
reason
I would
why.
imagine that the dad is sheepish about it, but I imagine, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what his relationship is with the spook, but it would surprise me if they're doing nothing. They're just not necessarily telling Lucas anything.
I'm taking a look over at the mirror. Is he still talking to somebody I don't know?
Or are they gone? Did they leave in the middle of our montage?
That would be fun. No, but they are. So it's probably been like
Well, the spook left, and then the mayor
I don't
suddenly
know if the
comes
spook
out,
left.
takes a quarter.
Yeah, I go next.
kills all of our scores.
Yeah.
No.
And then signs his name, the AV Club. We're like, oh!
And that is where the episode finishes.
So whilst you guys are montaging, be doing a little bit of Frogger montage, and for some reason you're all singing the same Bonnie Tyler song.
Yeah, it goes without saying. Once someone starts that, you gotta
Because
pack them up.
the jukebox was not playing
No.
anything. You guys were just all at the same
Yeah.
time, just like singing.
And we're all actually in slow motion too. Just like,
Yeah, right. Because montage. Psychologist spook,
quack.
Dr. Quack.
Dr. Quack,
Yes,
Spook
Doctor.
quack. Let's be formal.
Doctor Spooky Quack.
hands Hiram McDougal, who, by the way, is an amalgamation of Hiram Lodge from Riverdale.
Spoilers.
Everybody is somebody.
And the mayor of Night Vale from Welcome to Night Vale's the podcast, which is a very good podcast.
Sponsored by Welcome to Night Vale.
That'd be fantastic. Hiram McDaniels, I think is, if I remember.
I thought you said
McDougal.
McWilliams.
Well, no, our guy's named
Yeah.
Hiram McDougal.
Hiram.
Okay.
So there's Hiram Lodge from
Okay.
Riverdale, and then Hiram McDaniels is the mayor from Welcome to Night Vale. Or not? Sorry, not the mayor. He was running for mayor, but he is also a seven-headed dragon. Hence the obsession with the pewter dragon statues.
But
And the head time traveler of the AV Club.
Yeah, right.
When I get out of control.
Anyway,
never let him have no control.
Spooky Dr. Quack.
Yep.
Hands Mayor McDougal
McCheese.
a rather thick envelope. Gets up and leaves. And so you probably notice the dude. You don't know who he is. You notice him get up and leave, like whoever the mayor was chatting to. So when you look over to like actually take a gander at him, the mayor is just sitting there drinking probably a Labatt 50 or some other monkey piss. Molson Export maybe.
He's drinking a new Coke.
Brought to you by New Coke.
Is it a cash size envelope or is it a document size envelope?
It is a
Like-
document size.
Like a manila envelope.
Yeah, like a manila envelope, but it is thick with documents. Could be
Maybe it's a book.
it could be a book.
It could be stacks of bills.
It could be stacks of bills. It could be stacks of other.
Let's go see the mayor. He knows us. We're kids in his
Like,
town.
would you say A4?
Guys, I turned to all of them. We need a distraction, and we need someone to steal the envelope.
There's a
We can do this
wall.
together.
On it.
We need someone to run into a door.
I start running directly into doors. No, I go over and I talk to.
Mind.
I go over and I talk to
Wait,
the
do we
mayor.
not have a plan? You're just talking to the mayor?
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Hey, you need the charming
No,
person
it's not
to
an
talk to that
A4 size
mayor.
document because we live in Canada and we unfortunately have to use stupid American paper sizes. So it's a letter size
Letter. Okay.
envelope.
So I saunter over and I say, "What's up, Mayor McDougal? What do you got in that letter-sized envelope?"
I just wanted to visualize.
Way to distract him from it.
Who's that man you was talking
The
to?
opposite of
So the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
Hiram
Sorry,
McDougal,
Your worship.
puts his hand on the envelope and pushes it over in front of himself and then says, "It's just official town paperwork."
Someone applying for a fishing license? Those things are killers.
Don't worry about it. It's
I'm
just
not worried about it. I'm asking who that man was.
he was just a local developer.
Developer, eh? Not a psychologist?
I don't know what you're talking about, but he's
Psychology is a study of mental health and the wellness therein. I'm 11. That's my catchphrase.
It's actually the study of behavior.
Whatever. He's not going to get it right. I'm 11.
While I see him doing this, can I realize that the plan has fallen through and try to follow
What
the spook?
plan?
No, I've put myself in place to steal the envelope. Someone else has to be the distraction.
Like
Wait,
the
what?
charming David. But oh no, you never got him.
He's at the garbage dump.
pimping out his bike.
It's not like we didn't recruit him.
You can do whatever you want.
I would like to try to follow the spook.
Sure.
I'm just trying to keep a comfortable distance back, looking at my biceps whenever, I sense any backward looks at me.
Whenever he looks back, you start flexing.
Just flex at him.
Not at him, but I'm being sneaky. Being stealthy.
I bet you're like 5 feet behind him at all times.
Every time he stops, look back, you're like,
Yeah, exactly. Like doing those low ones too, like the lean downs, like.
Like,
Well, there's an awful lot of granite statues around here.
It's like cross between Arnie and the thinking man.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's the discus.
I might try to follow him more
Okay.
discreetly than we're joking.
I'm looking back and forth between.
But if you roll a 1, that's how you're following.
Unquestionably, yeah.
I'm looking between Lucas, who I see taken off after somebody that I'm not sure who the hell he is, him confronting the mayor, and Millie, who doesn't seem to be doing anything, just sticking with machines.
Well, because I was listening to her. So she's like, no, whatever.
We listened to you while you talked about crazy, spooky stuff about Zeke.
Yes.
Yeah, you had all
So
the
then
information.
That's what I was talking about then. I don't know.
Millie is still
I
talking about
offer
this.
to.
No.
You should come follow the spook
I'm
with
just
me.
talking, no one's there anymore.
I say this guy
Yeah.
teleported Zeke,
Alright.
and he's a squack.
He's a squack? I have to pop it.
Squack stands for stupid quack.
I have to pop in just to make fun of you for saying
Oh,
squack.
spook quack. Yeah,
Spook
okay,
quack.
that works too.
I like it.
All right.
Or a kook.
Now, are you starting to
A
follow?
cook.
Kook.
So I'm talking to the mayor.
yeah.
But now
Okay,
there's
so you're
nobody
going
there
with
to steal
Lucas?
it or be a distraction.
Millie, are you going with
Yes, I
Lucas?
am.
Okay,
Yes, I
so
am.
I see
On
that,
it.
and so I decide to back up Zach. And I come over, and I kind of bump into the mayor, and I say, Mayor,
James,
How have you
Prescott
been?
III.
My father wanted to have words with you.
I'm so good.
Oh.
thank you. Hello. So I'm bumping into him, trying to distract him, knock his arm off the envelope.
I don't think so. You scrawny little twerp.
No.
He's scrawny little squirrel.
He's got bracelets with spikes on them now. Does that help?
I've got Christmas trees on. No, that's what they call them. Little corny spikes.
Christmas trees.
Yep, Christmas trees. That's what they were called because they're got the little thing coming up. And they actually look a little like Christmas trees in silhouette.
If you want to get whatever said envelope happens to be.
No, I just want him to lose purchase on it, so Mr. Stealth Theft has a better chance.
That is what it
because I'm
says on my business
distracting
cards.
him.
Mr.
Zach, stealth thefter.
For hire.
And
Okay.
his loans.
You. Okay, you can. You can wibbly wobble the mayor from his stool.
Mhm. Like, I'm not trying to put him on his ass or anything. I'm just trying to.
With
Watch your language there.
with a 12 on your no, yeah, with a 12 on your brawn. He's probably had a few beers
It's possible
or
without
one.
an
No,
explosion.
sorry, he's probably had one beer because it's not quite noon yet.
Yeah, it's pretty early in the
Oh,
day.
jeez. So I need to explode.
But do you have adversity tokens? What's your
What? Oh, he's always succeeded.
Brawn is 10.
yeah, all right.
Explode. Nope, 6. I fail by 6. So that's more than Slate.
That's a the mayor probably is aware that you guys are trying to be shifty.
Well, let's narrate the failure.
So I will,
Failure is bad, but not a disaster. There will be some short-term consequences that might lead to some immediate difficulties, but nothing that the character can't handle if they focus on them. The character has tried to do or has been forced to do something beyond their capabilities, and not surprisingly, they failed.
So he kind of, at this point, is...
so he knows you two are up to no good.
Even if I used my last one, it wouldn't move it out of the bracket.
probably
So I'm now
like
at
puts
3.
he probably puts his envelope somewhere.
into like his briefcase.
Yeah.
Okay. Plan 2.
So I will let Richard.
And
Okay, so I
explode.
gotta explain how it worked?
Yeah.
Okay, so I jostle him, and instead of his arms coming off, he
He grips
knows
the
he
envelope.
doesn't want this to get out of his grasp. He just kind of gets both hands on it, takes it out, picks up his leather attaché, opens
course.
it up, boom, bang,
Locked.
lock. And then he turns around and he says, James, so good to see you. Now you really must work on your coordination. I guess those nail polish fumes are getting to you.
Thanks, Mayor Santa.
I love Hiram. I love Hiram.
A bit before,
Mhm.
like, so probably like,
Sure.
can
So
I
we'll now jump over to you.
maybe like,
You're done at the junkyard.
no, I have one more purchase. No, not
All right.
purchase.
No, don't screw up the time sentence.
A,
An acquisition.
From the junkyard.
little like
Acquisitions
like kind of
Incorporated.
like wagon
The
that I can
CT.
like hook onto the back of my bike, so so I could be like riding around, and then kind of like a backpack.
So what is it called? The radio flyer? Except that it was like missing wheels or something, so you had to replace the wheels with other wheels.
Oh right. So you've probably got like a knockoff radio flyer attached to the back of your bike.
So I have like a wagon.
We will say that you've got a milk crate
On wheels.
on the back of your
Banana seat. Banana
of
seat.
your wheel.
Bungee cord. on.
So you've got. I just remembered you're 11 and have probably never seen a milk crate in your life.
I know what they look like. They're kind of like that, and then they're like blackish.
Oh, they're all different colors.
Anyone who keeps
Like a plastic.
records.
Vinyls.
Yeah, exactly. They're filled with
I've
records.
seen milk
So
crate
you've
when
got
they
one of
do.
those strapped to the back of your bike.
Could I have like
Which
a
you would think is
like
hella sweet, by
Yeah.
the way, because I
kinda
know I did
like
when I was in the 80s.
2 on like small wheels, just so it's not kind of like bouncing everywhere, so it's kind of more stable.
No,
No,
it's
no, it's
off
actually
of,
like
it's on your bike, so
Yeah,
it's like
on,
on the
back
back.
of your bike.
it's hanging
But I thought
over the
that's what
back
the
seat.
radio was.
It's like you've got a trunk.
Yeah. My idea was to like have it kind of like
He wants it like a trailer.
Sure. Okay.
yeah,
Sure.
so it's kind of like
It's on like 2
Hooked
banana
on.
boards.
yeah, and then like kind of like 2 wheels. So
Okay.
mhm.
So you've probably got like a
and then
The only bike with a trailer hitch.
yeah. Well, so you and Bob have probably put together
It's on a skateboard.
a trailer
To it with a trailer.
oh yeah, probably like
from
like-
a scrapped, maybe something like a no name
Boogie board.
trailer, but it's basically like 2 of those milk crates stuck together on probably a skateboard or something, and then there's
maybe like 2 beside each other.
in a this way direction. So instead of them
Skateboards are
being
long,
sideways,
they're not
because that would
And
make
like
you
not
really
kind of like
wide.
the like kind of like the flat, like not kind of like curving a bit, just like flat ones, because
Yeah. So you would have 2 buckets back to back.
Okay.
So instead, because if it was this, if they were beside each other, then your bike would be really wide.
Mm-hmm.
And it would turn.
Because you'd be like
But-
that end up being like
I think he meant
yay
2
wide.
skateboards.
Yeah, but even with that, it's wider than you want.
So you would have 2 milk crates, but they would be side by side.
You
and
just
like
chop
the
curb
like
off and
longer
attach it.
side, so it's like longer side.
It is longer in the direction of the bike.
It's like you have a caterpillar attachment behind you.
So it's still narrow, but it's long. So like a regular trailer.
And it would be kind of like a bit higher.
Yeah, I mean those things are like this tall.
Oh.
Mm,
By the time it's on the skateboard.
Oh yeah, so like the crate is like this tall, and then you've probably got like this much clearance
They're
off
not
the
that tall.
milk crates.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
what
they-
kind of
they-
records do you have?
Okay,
12.
no, I'd like one of the big ones.
It's basically. Do you have an IKEA calyx?
Hold on, we'll get the.
Do you have a
official,
calyx
we'll get
at
the
home?
Official,
You know the calyxes,
they're
the
just
the,
milk
the
crates.
cubie shelves.
The QV shelves in my room.
Oh yeah,
It-
those
that's
it's
the
like
size-
that. That
The whole
Well.
shelf is.
It's one of those little cubes.
Oh gosh.
You have 2 of those. That's how big your trailer storage
Okay.
is.
You know how big 3 bags of milk is?
Yeah, you know when we
maybe
buy
like
milk?
as long as like that thing, maybe.
Probably.
With the 2 of them together,
Together?
that's
It's
a
probably
little
like-
longer.
I-
but not
Probably
much.
a bit shorter than that, but pretty
Maybe
close.
like 1 or 2
13 by
inches
13 by
less.
11. That's
Yeah.
the standard milk crate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not this. That's like freaking 2
So
feet.
that
Aha!
so I
Problem solved.
have mine like
People.
13
This
by
is a milk crate.
22.
Great, which is more what I was saying. than
Yeah, I
you.
guess.
So like like I have
You
it
have
like
that?
13 by 22.
You got
both
2 of them back to
together.
back, riding behind the bike.
So
Bike,
it's not
milk crate,
instead of
milk
like
crate.
really long. It's kind of just like
You grab the skateboard that's
The
over
short-
there too.
Yeah, and basically you
For
would
the
have chopped
viewers
off.
at home, we are recreating this in model.
We are
I didn't want to do this.
we are
So you
MacGyvering
would've-
right now.
So you would have.
so that like
Whoops,
not
we need some
curved.
Monday
So you have
cards.
this.
No.
Yeah, you can get
What
them with
would
it.
happen
We would
is
have.
is
They
that
would
you
have sawed these lips off.
Yeah, and you
Can we
would
get
be
a can we get a
fastening it
saw?
in
I'd
the
like to
middle.
see that.
Yeah, right. So you have this
Not my skateboard.
with another one right here.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of these like this. Bob has probably given you better wheels than these. So
Whoa,
you've got
at
like
least
some.
3
Ouch,
wheels.
bro.
Yeah.
Got some.
No,
so,
but, like-
hey, I used to skateboard. I can tell you that
These are garbage.
Trashola.
these are
Zings are flying.
these are for skateboarding
Listen, he skateboards more than I do.
around town. These are not for going to the park.
These are
Yeah.
Uh,
Mine are for going to the park.
but I mean,
You're not stealing all your brother's records with
I mean-
them. From the,
Bob probably gave you larger wheels, not better
I'm
wheels.
guessing it probably was like trimmed there, and so it's kind of like it
No,
looks
it'd
like
be
one
two.
thing.
It would have been 2 things.
Whoa.
They would have just
You just take.
They would've
like,
just
take the
taken
2
2 of these,
boxes
Okay.
and then
That's
bungeed
fine
them
with me.
together,
use
and then
their-
put like a thing off here so that it could attach
People,
to your bike.
Zeke is dead. Can we please no?
So I
And we move the story along.
So
I have all people who care.
I'm going to like go as fast
I
as I
think Heath may
can.
shed a tear when he hears
to-
you say that.
Like,
Well, that'll be after he comments first on the video.
So maybe like I think it would be like 5 minutes. No, not.
5 what?
I think that would be like a 5 kilometers.
No.
Oh, from where the thing
No,
is?
probably not.
From where you are,
Yeah, like
Where would we put a junk place?
he's up here.
Up there?
yeah. I literally marked it on mine as number 22.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah, it's number 22, in between the 3 mountains. I actually wrote it.
Way up there. It's not just on the end of the
No, it's in the
capital
mountains.
K Street or
It's
whatever.
anymore.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit higher up.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite right in the mountains. That'd be
The oxygen is thinner there.
right.
That's where Zeke is.
Okay.
That would explain a lot of his
Um,
behavior.
That
Yeah.
is probably like a 10-minute. Actually, I don't even know how long would it take to bike from here to say the Zares on Paisley.
How many kilometers is it? It's easy to bike
don't
around
know, is
20
it-
kilometers an hour.
There's on Paisley.
That's like a that's
So
like
like
a
the one
gentle.
that's
Near
across the
Costco?
yeah
15 minutes.
No,
bikers.
Yeah, okay, so
bikers.
like
Yeah, 15 minutes to Zares here. 15, no problem.
Like the one out by Costco.
Oh, by Costco? No, that'd be like 30 minutes.
By bike?
Come on.
Wait, what?
Really?
what-
It takes
little
like
bit
10,
more.
15 minutes to drive to Costco.
Yeah, that's a haul. Okay, I'll find out how many kilometers and I will tell you.
okay, well just depending on
Well, just go to
That's-
Google, say from.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just
I'm-
and then I'll.
Oh,
Well,
Just
say so.
bike.
Let's say we need to bike 2.5 kilometers.
I'm trying to get
Really?
your idea.
2.5 kilometers? That
Yeah.
would be really
Yep.
quick.
That's
For-
like-
for
that
an
isn't too
8-year-old.
long.
But
For an
still.
8-year-old? Yeah.
An 8-year-old's easily doing 15 to 20 kilometers an hour.
All right.
In a car. No.
Next, you should get some kind of booster on your bike.
Oh no, I already have a tiny bit. A tiny
We spent an awful lot.
So
Alright.
like
a tiny bit,
5 minutes.
but then I have some
All right.
stuff.
5-10
on it.
minutes.
so for you to get from Bob's Junk to wherever you want to go downtown is like 5 minutes.
I'm gonna go where they are as well.
You probably would just drive down the
well,
strip looking
so you
for
don't
us.
know where they are. So if you want to go to where they are, then you're gonna have to go bike up and down.
Call us on your cell. Oh, man.
I shot my signal flare up.
So you're gonna have to bike up and
House
down
signal.
downtown to try and figure out where they are.
Which is why we kept hearing Pat Benatar music fading in and out.
I
'cause
go outside and I turn on the Pat Benatar
So, like,
belt light.
How long would it take for me to find?
Pat is calling.
it's the Benatar signal. It was the Pat signal. There we go.
Well, it would take you,
Maybe like, and I'd like get there when like the mayor's just leaving.
The mayor's not leaving, it's the other guy.
He's gonna wait for the
The
mayor to
spook.
leave
Yeah, so
before
it's
he
not
arrives.
Well, we haven't finished with the mayor yet.
Yeah.
because when the mayor walks out, I go. Up.
well, you try to go bop. We'll see if you
But
successfully crash this time.
Why am I seeing a tree being attacked by a bike?
Right? So,
That was the practice run, man.
Liam,
That's
could you grab me one?
so as you guys are chatting, you just hear
copyright infringement.
Mom.
as he's biking around town.
Oh yeah. Do you have a way to speed it up and speed it down?
And he fades in and fades out.
He's going on the radio, not on the cassette
that
deck.
Yeah, okay. So, over here, you guys have successfully failed at being.
Yeah, I got an adversity token, so yeah, successfully failed.
I feel like. So, Mayor, what are you thinking about the baseball team this year?
Well, we're we're and every time he looks over at James, his eye gets a little twitchy because the new pitcher is not as good. But we're gonna do pretty good this year. We've got a good feeling putting our team together.
I forget, is it a school team or is it a city team?
It's a school team,
Yeah.
Is it also a city team?
probably. By city, you mean large village team?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only baseball team in town.
Probably the only
They're-
sports team.
They're well, the
Few
baseball
sports
team
teams.
kids probably
Well,
also play
probably
hockey.
they probably
They're
have,
also the hockey team.
they probably have a 2 or 3 team slow pitch league for everybody wanting an excuse to drink beer in the summer.
Yeah.
Checks out. My dad was on one of those teams.
We definitely in a previous episode talked about
Yeah.
the same slow pitch hunting lodge. Oh yeah, we're a hunting club.
So, the mayor who has now successfully secured his thing and has given you guys some serious cut eye is gonna get up and start leaving.
Mayor, what about that
And then we hear.
what about Bill C-24?
But it's not a bike. It's a truck.
Remind me which bill that one was.
That's the no posting bills on Saturdays for ducks. No.
Oh.
You're just gonna have to call the
You are my councilman. You're the only councilman.
the office and put you in touch with
Oh,
Linda,
I
and
have a
she'll get you the answers
Linda always
That-
talks for hours.
that you need. And out the door he goes.
All right.
So do I have to roll?
I turn to James and I'm like, that went well. I think we did great.
Do I have to
If
roll?
you consider a massive manure fire great, yeah.
Well, what he doesn't know
Interrupted.
is that I didn't get it.
Yeah, you're gonna, but you have to tell me what you want to do,
So pretty much
or what you tell me what you're doing.
So like when he like steps out, I'm gonna like go really fast with my bike and not try to hit him, try to hit the suitcase, but then my like back kind of like just to like whack him. So it's like a
kinda
wow,
fishtail.
and like really fast, and then the suitcase just goes flying.
Here's the real
Oh,
question.
What? Wait,
How
sorry.
do you know to
Yeah.
go
Sorry,
after the
Liam.
suitcase?
Why is
The
David
what?
doing this?
What are you trying to hit?
Him,
No, what are you trying to hit,
the
Luke?
suitcase,
The what?
suitcase.
Okay.
Making fun of your kid because he has trouble saying suitcase? He says suitcase?
Suitcase. It's a suitcase.
Liam, the problem is right now that's metagaming. Metagaming is when you're using information that you heard from the table that your character should not know.
Yeah, why would David want to run into the mayor?
So, but
Is the
it's
real
not
question.
on purpose. It shouldn't be on purpose. If you're gonna run into him, it would just be really, really good timing.
It's
Yeah,
almost
it'll
like you see him, he's come out on the street, you didn't expect him, and you're trying to evade him and you want to fail horribly.
Yeah, so you're trying to fail, and you're on your bike, and you're looking, and then you finally spot us, or not us. You finally see us, so you're not paying attention to where you're going. So you want to roll to successfully
I mean,
Yeah.
fail.
that's how I see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so
no,
that's
that's-
probably
That's the most
just
sense
bad
making.
timing. And I'd
Um,
probably like when I see them, I kind of like look and like kind of like
Yeah.
just zero concentration, not even my hands going on.
it's still metagaming, but you're coming up with a reasonable argument
That's
for it
acceptable.
to happen.
that's the kind of that's okay metagaming.
That's
Do I have to roll for that?
Yep. So you,
Would that be flight?
that's gonna be flight, and I.
Coming up, so you better get it right.
You You need to roll. Well, okay. So first of all, to not hit the mayor. The mayor?
Yes,
The
this
other
is the
guy.
mayor.
The mayor.
The bear, because
Yeah, because the other guy. Because
We'll
these
find out
two
what
are
happened.
following
Yeah.
the other guy.
Oh,
Uh,
and can I say that since we failed, we start heading outside at least to see where he's going. So that's how he knows where we are.
Yeah, that would probably make sense. I see them coming out.
God, Keith.
Yeah, Keith's not here to do it.
Probably got it on his freaking dashboard.
You need to roll a 14 on your flight to
not-
miss the mayor.
A 14 to miss him?
Yep.
So roll your flight.
So pretty much I need less than a 14.
Yes.
If you want to do what you're...
Yes.
However, just remember,
83.
you will still. So if you fail, we will let the suitcase go flying wild. However, the collision
Kills the mayor.
is going to have
It's horrific.
the bad consequences of your failure.
So what did you roll?
I rolled an 8 plus 1, so a 9.
Failed by 5.
Failed by 5, which
But
is
don't you have 6 adversity tokens?
well, we don't want it to be too big of a failure. So okay.
But no, that would decrease the failure.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, right, yeah. So I guess you could like bump it up a
Bump
little
it up to just a slight failure.
bit. So you have successfully collided with the mayor.
You know what? I would use 4 of my adversity tokens, so I'd get to a 13. So then, right?
Fail by
Because
one.
That would get you to 12 to fail by 2.
no, because I'd used 4.
Oh,
4
9.
plus 9.
Right, 9. Right. So you fail by 1.
All right. Okay.
So then
That's
you
fine.
minorly bump into him, inconvenience
So-
him, and he goes on his way.
So you successfully collide with the mayor. He wipes out and falls all over the place. His briefcase goes flying and it opens up and the envelope goes flying and spilling everywhere. Everything goes. His coffee goes everywhere.
The envelope opens, the pages fly into Zach's hands.
It's just a big disaster.
Land exactly in the middle.
Everything just goes. But then also, you, as you tried to dodge him and like took him out across the knees with your milk cart skateboard caddy thing, you are also going to wipe out.
Okay, so from
So-
that I get 2 more adversity tokens back because that was a failure.
Yes, technically yes. You do get your adversity tokens.
So I pretty much only used 2.
But you also now need to describe your wipeout.
So I kind of like my bike doesn't blow up, but I go
Just
Or
force the
does it?
GM veto here. No, just kidding.
like no, my bike kind
Let's
of
get our priorities.
like
the bike survives.
my bike hits a curb, and it kind of like it falls. It doesn't get destroyed, but I go flying and like hit my head on.
You re-goose egg yourself from this morning.
You just get a
Goose egg
matching
gets
one
a
on
goose
the other
egg.
side.
Well, let's
I'm
say
gonna go flying into like a wall, like the same, like right beside the spot Like, my old one was there. I got another one on the opposite side exactly.
Kids, wear helmets when you ride your bikes.
Yeah.
A message brought to you by
David and his near concussions.
And then you also, as you sort of slide across the ground,
So I like hit a
your
wall.
your arm
Oh,
and your leg gets some sweet raspberry
gravel
burns.
burns. Oh.
Now, is this enough to get the mayor's attention that he drops his suitcase?
Well,
and
at
looks
that
up
point,
at
if
the
we are
kid?
also walking at the door at that moment, I'll be like, James, help the mayor up while I grab his stuff.
No, you'd probably help me up before the mayor.
Okay, this is kind of. Mr. Mayor, what did you do to my brother?
Why did you kill my brother? David is so close to death.
Help me! Help me!
Dying.
I'm like picking him up and I'm like, oh!
My dear sweet brother.
I'm cradling him in my arms, making him look like the death of Wolf at the Mountains.
Mayor's like, thought you hated him.
You got one knee in his stomach that you can squeeze like an accordion to make him groan when you.
Yeah.
And I like whisper in his ear, play it up. I want him to pay attention to you.
And I
I
kind of
see
like,
a light. I see a light.
This is where you use your charm roll.
Yes.
or like
I like that no one has mentioned that there's probably like Molson export breath on the mayor.
I'm waiting for the moment.
It's the 80s,
I'm
that's
like-
pretty normal.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, would the mayor be like crouching down?
Well, he's,
Well, he's probably in the process of trying
Trying-
to stand back
yeah,
up.
he's-
He's not
he's-
drunk. He's only one
So
beer in.
how close would I be?
And he's a 7-headed dragon. This is all like
very high constitution.
So
this is all like this amount of space.
Yeah.
You haven't gone very far.
okay, so I probably like, would I be able to kind of like fall down and kind of like hit him, so then
No.
I don't get at home.
No,
You're
you
trying
took one
to
for the
get
team.
him to come to you.
So I kind of like,
How well can David fake being hurt?
He's a younger
This is
brother.
the thing.
Very well.
yeah, exactly. That's a survival mechanism.
Hey.
Yeah.
With the D20 charm, I think he's gonna be
so
fine.
I kind of like,
Ow. I did that.
I'm like on the wall. I'm like, kind of like, making it look like I'm in like near death pain. Joe, look at that.
It's going dim.
Okay.
Charm roll?
Yeah. Let's go 12 on your charm.
14.
All right.
+2, minor success.
So you maybe are not quite like near death pain charming, but
It's enough to get his attention.
you know you're probably like, because you were not expecting this to happen. Like
Yeah.
you're not part of the. Like this was not an intentional thing, so you're probably like
So tell us.
crying and already actually.
You might actually just be hurt.
Right, like you don't have to play into it. You're like actually just like you just wiped out. So
Tell us
you're
what the
hurt.
mayor does.
The mayor orders an ambulance.
He just
On
immediately.
his dope cell
Oh,
phone. Then
Yes,
to-
his
A child is hurt. Do.
big old rotary dial
No, no.
Motorola.
It's like, let me get out the device.
yeah, exactly.
One to beam up.
The backpack on the back, pulls the antenna.
yeah.
No, it's like the KOF.
Does he maybe also, like-
3 a.m.
Does he
turn
come
when the guy
over
looks out?
and see if you're
Yeah,
okay?
he like comes
hello?
over, sees if I'm okay, and then calls.
Comes over and sees if you're okay. No one has cell phones.
Yeah, cell phones aren't a thing.
So
Oh yeah, no, and then
he
runs.
yells. He
But
runs.
he runs to the hospital, not even caring about his suitcase.
I don't
Even though he can't
it's-
really run.
No.
I don't think he does that.
No.
He will successfully, or he will go and make sure that you are okay.
If anything,
without,
he would go into the shop that he just came out of and make a phone call from there.
When he goes to check on you, does he leave the suitcase?
yes,
That
he
is-
will.
that-
He will go check on you before he goes to look at the suitcase.
Now it's my time to
Does
shine.
he walk in?
No, he's gonna stay outside.
Okay.
I've got enough time. You told me that suitcase is open, which was problem number 1.
Yeah.
And the envelope is there on the ground, which was problem number 2.
Yeah. They're probably like still within each other.
Yeah. So
I'm down there and I'm blathering. I'm like, what happened? Where did you step that?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to take the envelope that I saw and like put it behind, like in my pants behind me.
And then take the shirt over it.
Yeah, shirt and jacket over it. It's middle of August, but we're up north, so I might have a light jacket. I don't know.
Windbreaker,
Just put a
maybe.
jean
Probably,
jacket, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
It
like
doesn't matter
I'm
how
gonna
warm
I'm gonna
it is,
attempt to
just
stuff
put
it
a
in there
jean jacket on.
unseen and then put everything back into the suitcase and close it shut in the hopes that he may not have even seen it pop
Oh
up.
right, and like maybe hand him the closed
Yeah, be like-
suitcase.
Oh, you forgot this.
He's like, here you go, Mr. Mayor, sir.
All right, so that's probably
And while I'm going on blathering, trying to keep on distracting him.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of noise coming from the other direction.
that's somewhere that's like kind of brains, but also
It's all sneaky flight stuff, man. That's all I'm trying to do.
all right.
I'm just trying to sneak this in, sneak this close, sneak this over.
All right. That's. I'm gonna say because the mayor is currently distracted
Yep.
and is probably like worried about public perception
You only have to roll a 28.
because he
I wish
did
I was
he
here
did
so
have
I
a
could
breakfast
help.
beer, and
Use
he
my
did.
mercy token.
You know, he
You
was
guys are gonna get to
with
do
some
a thing.
sneaky person, and he did just clobber a child,
Yep.
even though it probably wasn't his fault.
It was his fault.
Well,
Drove directly into him.
someone was bicycling on the sidewalk, and
When it's
you
a
know
Preston,
that's
when a Preston is involved, it's
Prescott?
always the other person.
Oh,
Or
of course.
Prescott, sorry.
When it's president?
Prescott.
Preston, I
Oh,
got
Preston.
it. Yeah, when there's a
sorry.
Prescott involved,
so he's
it's
slightly
always-
distracted.
Yep.
So you can probably be speedy about it.
Yep.
Um,
Using my
Uh,
practiced hands and my agile fingers.
even though you're a lazy bum.
I'm a lazy bum.
Uh,
But all those hours at the video game console have paid off.
I'm gonna say
Yep.
that you guys are also, because this is an ongoing
Yeah.
thing. This is
Plans?
somewhat planned,
Sure.
excluding
Yeah.
Liam. Liam is not part of the plan, even though he's got like a sweet stack of adversity tokens. And you
Super
two are
cool.
like
Yeah,
across the
it's just me
street
and
and
him.
up the
It's
street.
just me and him.
You two
OPS.
can share
Oh,
some
yeah.
of your tokens,
Oh, yeah.
but you're gonna have to roll a 12.
Oh, 12, okay.
On?
I don't know what is.
D20.
Okay. You got it.
14.
All
Okay,
right.
so you got minor success. Now, I don't have easy going, so I only get one adversity token on a failure, right?
So
That's correct, yeah,
the
yeah.
minor success is going to be that, like, he's going to eventually realize the thing is missing, and he's going to remember that it was me that handed it to him. So down the road, this is going to come back directly to me.
Okay.
And
Do
that's
you have
Not
any
if you
tokens
develop
suspended to
mind
get it
control.
past that?
I have some
I
token.
can donate.
You
I
would
can donate 2.
Like,
you would need to up your. You would need to get at least +5.
So you're at
So you
plus 2 now.
You would need
I
to
can
hit
take it
a.
to 4.
I have 6 of my own.
Okay, do you want me to just contribute 1 and you contribute the rest to get it into the next bracket?
Do we want to get it into the
So
next
you would need
bracket?
to get up to 17.
In order to what?
In
Maybe, maybe he was drunker than he seemed. Maybe he had a flask as well.
In order for him to, he wouldn't be
Wouldn't
suspicious of
remember,
us. He'd just be like, it's gone missing, and it had nothing to do with that collision outside of the diner.
What
so
envelope?
it's still minor success.
Yeah.
You might get some benefits out of it. So maybe the documents are like slightly more relevant to
You're
Zeke
going
being
that way,
missing
alright, okay.
than.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously going to realize that. Yeah, you know what? I'll spend 5 tokens. I'll fail some other things later.
So
do
you're gonna.
do you want me to chip 1 in at least?
If you want.
Okay. Can I borrow your pencil, please?
So you're gonna go up 4 tokens, and he's gonna go give you 1. So you.
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty decent success.
All right.
When I use the help, my adversity tokens count as 2.
Because you are.
Uh,
What's your thing that does that?
loyal? Loyal.
Okay. I'm
Cool.
not loyal.
I've
So-
only ever earned 1 adversity token.
You can describe that sequence through.
Okay, so what happens? Without even looking down, because I want to keep my eyes on the mayor to make sure he doesn't see me, I grab the, it feels like a book inside a manila envelope, and I'm like, I've done this.
Secretly handed off like the 3rd Lord of the Rings book in an envelope.
Doesn't want to know anyone who reads it.
And for now,
Anyone who-
I tuck it just, like I said, I just tuck it right in. It goes in quick and easy because I'm kind of a skinny, in the game I'm a skinny dude. And just goes in, jacket goes over. I close everything else back into the thing, and I close the briefcase super quietly so that he might not even realize that it had opened.
Right. Well, it was also a leather one, so it was probably like
The flap
like
over it is just like the.
like a magnetic flap or one of
Yeah.
like a
but
holster,
it's
like
actually
a
got a
belt
little
flap or
tab
something
and
like
it's
that.
got like bip, 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 bip.
It was locked somehow, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, if there's a combo on it, I just spin the numbers as well. Just for...
No, that's mechanical with a key.
Yeah, or like just a belt
Yeah.
loop type thing.
Yeah.
And then, I walk over, just kind of holding it, clumsily like a child would, and I wait for, I don't want to interrupt them while they're, dealing with the hurt child on the street, but I just, I'm waiting till he has a moment of, time, and I'm like, here's your suitcase, Mr. Mayor.
All right. So the mayor thanks you and then hurriedly walks on his way without thinking about whether or not he should have checked it.
Oh, thank you, young man. You're so good to me. But I must be on my way.
And now, from
She's
this
good.
day
That's
on, I hate the mayor.
Should get that checked out, man.
Oh, thank you for your concern.
He's got the black one.
Right. Okay, and then so while all that is
Yep.
going on, we're gonna quickly hop over to Millie, not Bobby Brown, and Lucas.
Not
following.
Skywalker.
Actually, I wanted to say it was actually a copy of the script for Return of the Jedi. That
Oh, it's,
Yes.
it's literally
Remember-
nothing. It's garbage.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nothing we care about.
It's the next video.
Conan the
So it makes more
Destroyer?
sense
What is
because-
Script for the next Conan movie.
So we're back to you two following the spooky quack.
Follow him. We'll find out where he's going.
Where's he going?
So he's just gonna walk north, and
Towards the hospital?
well, I mean, sure, but that's quite a walk.
Actually, I just was going.
North to Alaska.
That's west.
I know.
And then he elevates straight into the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
There's a
gonna
flash
walk
of
up
light.
capital B Street,
Capital B. I like it.
I guess towards
Everybody at home, get out your maps.
Gabe's place, really.
Yeah.
But closer to like the top of the street, there is like a van.
Okay.
Like an old Dodge Ram kind of, but it would have been new.
But
'cause
is
this
it
was
all
the
white?
80s. No, it's all black
Okay, good.
with
Keeping with the theme.
Red stripe.
Tinted tinted windows.
with like murdered
no
out
windows.
windows.
Yeah.
I was going more for the 18 fan.
Come on.
Red stripe.
So he just gets in the van.
Yeah, he's gonna get in the van.
Pulls off his synthetic face. It's Face Man.
Let's
go, Murdoch.
And there's gonna be like
Just the necromanders.
a few people just in the van as well.
Do we recognize any of them?
Like,
Whatever I would have seen in the hospital. Or
You
I thought you only saw the psychologist.
yeah, that's the guy I'm following.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you saw the psychologist. You recognize the two dudes in the back as the dudes that
Security.
the not
Okay.
security guys.
Yeah.
The air quote security.
Yeah, the spooky security.
Okay. Successful reconnaissance.
And then they're gonna get in the van,
Mm-hmm.
and then the van's gonna go up the street, hang a left, and then hang a right.
It's going up L.
Yeah, and you can obviously see through all that
Yeah.
because
Because buildings don't exist.
because this is all like beachfront.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's driving in the direction of the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so going up Z.
Yeah,
Not
so
the military.
oh yeah, sorry, not L. It went up over 2 streets and then up.
No. Okay.
To go to Zeke's house.
Yeah, to go to. And they probably know that you kids are being troublesome because one of you went to go harass them.
Yeah. I'll do it again.
Well, you went to harass the mayor,
Yep.
and he went to harass.
But that was after the guy left, I thought.
Yeah.
I think I also harassed them at the beginning.
Right, I'd have to re-listen to it. I couldn't.
No.
I think it was.
Oh, I definitely went
I
over
thought-
it.
Yeah, you went and
Yeah,
talked.
yeah,
You went
yeah.
over and talked to the
And then
psychologist.
he postured with his.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
Luger.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a Luger.
He didn't show it up.
Unquestionably a
He
Luger.
is.
just like
It is not.
suggestively scratched his side where one would keep.
Yeah. In a Luger shaped holster indentation.
This German weaponry fetish.
And
There was-
Cool. So
we were
I think we would just go back if there's no other thing and meet up with
all right,
our friends. I can't speak for Millie. That's what I think we would
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Millie keeps following the van.
so as you guys all get back together, and
What'd you guys find out?
Creepy van security that Millie described from the teleportation device.
It's not a lot to go on.
Teleportation.
No, the beaming.
We,
was
It shows
Star
that
Trek-
2 of the
Star
people
Trek
that we
beaming.
thought were troublesome in the hospital are all together. I think that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot to go on.
We came up empty. No, I'm just kidding. We got this thing.
Okay. Do we have enough time to start digging into this, or do we call it?
I mean, you can open it, and I will tell you that it's exactly not what you want to look at. Just kidding.
It's all it's just glamour shots of Lucas.
It's completely unrelated, like blackmail material or like different people in this.
So they already know that it's missing. Is it
they
worse if
don't-
it turns up intact, or is it worse if it turns up open?
They don't know that it's missing yet.
They will know that
They-
it's missing.
They will sometime in the
Eventually.
next session.
So
Um,
I don't have a knife. I do that with my thumb. Flick.
And then
And then I attempt to slide it open, but I obviously can't. So then-
Okay, is this one of the old like inter-office memos that has the freaking cord?
Yeah, it's gonna have the where they
Oh,
like,
so it's not
wind
even
it up
sealed.
and,
but you ripped it anyway.
I can't. I don't understand how these things work.
No! I know because my dad has this type of shit, man. Here, see, like it's straight.
I still have use envelopes with the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're used
I'm
all
pretty
the
sure
time.
I can figure that out. I'm 11. Flip. It's the Ark of the Covenant.
Wow.
The covenant.
Don't look at it.
It glows bright. Yeah.
So is it like a book? Is it a stack of papers? Is it
It'll be a bound stack of papers.
bound stack of papers? Pop
or
it.
Is it like with the metal strips and the two reams and just two punch holes holding it all together?
Oh, come on, man! Do we really need to get into like
What,
the actual production method of
what,
like?
what is the pound quality of the paper?
Does it have
I think
covers?
it's 18 pounds.
It,
I think it's an 18-pound vellum.
It-
Vellum? Is a vellum, okay?
it is clipped together with like one of those binder clips that
Oh.
that you like flip up and it looks like a
Yeah,
upside down
Steel or
purse.
tin?
Yeah. It looks like a press. It's
I
a
changed my
flick-
mind. It's dynamite. It's dynamite. You all blow up.
Yeah,
Zeke is the only one to
Make
live.
new
It's the
characters.
Panini Press book.
and
I read the title
It's
page.
just a manuscript for a romance novel. Like it.
it,
Yeah.
it's a
Cowboy
what was it?
Guardian.
Cowboy Guardian
Manuscript
series.
for Cowboy Guardian.
The regardening.
The front page is going to be
It's just
Like-
all in German.
like a it's all in Albertan.
Okay, there's some real problems happening. Eh?
No, that's more maritime.
It's going to be like a medical chart for
Zeke. You do cross your eyes.
but then there are also there's like a photo of you lot from yesterday, so after the hospital, but whilst you were out and about in your general summer activityness.
It's from when we were at the
Me and
beach
Bob.
yesterday.
Or tanning.
I know, because you had that disturbing tiny like mankini on.
Gotta avoid the lines, man. Otherwise, they don't show off your cut.
and then like as you thumb through it, it's like a lot of just stuff that you don't understand.
Is it like different language? Is it a code? Is it like ASCII art? just literally.
Do we see anywhere that says what his midichlorian count is?
Yeah, so it's gonna like it's just a lot of like medical documentation that an 11-year-old.
It's all G's, A's, C's, and T's. It's his genetic code. This is
Yeah.
how we make a Zeke.
Yeah,
Does anybody have a shredder?
not on them.
We probably don't want to shred this.
No.
But we will stop there, as
That's a natural stopping point.
I need to figure out what the document happens to be.
yeah.
I know. We'll save that for
I
next
just wanna
time.
find a good spot.
We'll save that for next time.
Yeah.
What thing?
We can't tell you.
Nothing. I'll tell you.
Is it the power?
We'd have to hang you over the balcony. If
However, I do think it's time where we can add some and or tweak some stats from things happening, such as well, not. I don't think we're gonna. Maybe not some like highly functional stats, but like you probably now have a dislike of the mayor.
Yeah, he mentioned that during.
Fear of them here.
Nah.
It wouldn't be a fear. It would just be like hatred.
This jerk. Didn't even try and take care of me. Just bugged out.
You're probably. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what you are, but you're probably gonna be more paranoid knowing that, right? Like that's something that you could probably tweak. I'm not gonna tell you what to tweak. That's more of a something you can mull over, and we can probably bash that out on the old chatty things. But I'll let everyone except for Zeke swap like a phobia and
I'm just adding +4 to my my brawn because I'm just so swole.
your body odor is probably
Yeah,
going
it's
quite
true.
up after.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add fear, Lucas.
Like, would
Fear
I
of
put a
throwing up.
hate under, or would I make a separate category, or maybe note in
yeah,
notes?
It's probably a note. It could also be
Fear, motivation, flaws.
I gotta find the character sheet. It could be a flaw.
Is this new? Just
I got it a couple weeks ago from the Kickstarter.
I'll
take a
do
better
it
look
as
at
a
it?
flaw.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll talk with you in the future just because.